and welcome to this slightly delayed version of the game, Dreams of Silver and Stone. It might sound off. Please let us know if it does, or if the audio is too screwy, or if any of us are a little too quiet or too loud, or what have you. Obviously, Glitz and I are in a new place, so when it comes to network and connectivity issues and things like that, we have no idea if we're going to have any. So it'll be a learning experience. It'll be fun for us all. Audience, please let me know if you can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up, or a wee, or a no, you're silent, we can't hear you. Please, just somebody. Okay, thank you very much, Zedidine. I'm a little bit echoey at the moment. The room that I am in is big. We plan on having some of those crates and stuff for sound control, and that'll be wonderful. But in the meantime, we're all using Zoom today. Discord is fried. I am out of costume, and you're all gonna have to deal with it. Got it? Everybody else can be in costume or not. But we are going to jump into tonight's game with just a micro recap from each one of these individuals. Let us know what your character was up to last time. If you can't remember, I will try to assist you with that. And as always, we are going to start at random. First one up is actually going to be Stratful tonight. So, Nohu, what were you doing when we left you last time?
Hello, everybody. I'm Stratful, playing as Nohu, the Kochkin Tinkerer. And last time, well, he seems to have gotten a bit of a encounter with Kiara, and a bit of a scuffle or friction has been occurring so far. And at the ending of the last game, he's been hanging around her, trying to see if he can understand that different sort of behavior she has for him. I mean, it couldn't be hate. No, that's silly. Everybody loves Nohu. Everybody.
Of course they do. Everybody loves Nohu and his cooking and all of the adventures he brings people on. There's nothing out there that anybody would ever have a problem with. We're going to move on over to Patchy. Sinan? You are muted.
Damn it, that space thing didn't work. Okay. So what happened to me, Patchy?
Yeah, where were you at when we last left you off there, Patchy?
Well, last time we left off, I was hoping to make a deal with my old students, maybe bargain the thing they were looking for in order to get help to get that Sixtos, that well-behaved asshole, out. But, didn't work. Instead, they tried to kill me, and I tried to send them messages through walls thing that... Goddamn, why am I forgetting?
Painted walls from anywhere. I remember that.
Yeah, walls from anywhere with messages on it insulting them and their glorious leader and whatnot. But I guess I poisoned myself unintentionally. That sucks. Now I'm bedridden. Wake me up when I'm better.
Resting and trying to recoup. All of you have been through a lot recently and have been resting. I do know that. Move on over to Kaizen and Steven.
Hey everyone, I am Aldevian Devil playing Kaizen, and last we left off, I remember meditating and resting and not needing food for 4 days and crying on people to heal them.
Yes.
About it.
Mute my phone. I should mute my phone. Crying on them to heal them is an interesting tactic, and has proven to be quite useful. I'm sure that there'll be many more tears in the adventure ahead.
Glad I picked it. Just everyone be warned, I get all of your distractions if I have to heal you with those tears. So please keep that in mind.
I also can't wait after all the potions Nohu's drank for Nohu to try this particular tactic and see what happens.
Oh no.
What is wrong with those tears? They're coming out all thick and green. Clay, Rob, you're up.
Yeah, from what I remember at the very least, tried to do a bit of damage control, and I did a lot of accusing of Patchy, and then talking to some of the town members. I feel like there's maybe something, and of course, trying to console and help Brownie whenever I can.
Yep. Speaking of Brownie, where is she? We'll move on over to Kiara and Anna.
I thought that was going to be a really, really bad transition, and I was bracing myself. Is really what was just about to occur. I'm Anna. I play Kiara, and last time I got shot, and then I cauterized my own wounds, and I passed out for a little bit, and now Nohu won't leave me alone.
Yep. Nohu really just... I mean, you cut him to the quick, not having that dinner he was providing you. I mean, that was...
No one has ever told him no, and he needs to start learning.
It was a
Actually,
really
I think
big,
plenty
super
people
terrific
have.
dinner. I mean, who doesn't want a massive STD? So we're going to move on over to Nova and Shannon.
I'm Nova, Shannon. I don't remember. Okay, so I was thinking, I know that I was trying to prevent Patchy from basically, committing suicide by insulting people in the middle of the whatever. And then after that, I don't recall exactly where we ended up.
Patchy and dragged him off to bed. That's where we ended.
Right. Oh, that sounds so tawdry.
You dragged Patchy off to bed.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because he was a strong, independent mouse rat man, and I just helped him to bed. It was his idea, is what I'm saying. I do remember that now. Yes. Trying to, yeah.
All of you finally getting to a position where you can get some much needed rest. You've been through bugs, and you've been through mind controlling spiders, and you've been through Vincier attacks, and hurting yourself with magic. You finally have a moment to rest. That's good. Very good. Before we begin tonight, though, I do want to state to our audience out there, we are going to have a slight restructuring done to the way that we use bits and critters, which will become chaos crystals soon. And there will be a bunch of new options available to you where you can add things to the game and change how events occur and force chaos rolls and all of that. And aces may become slightly harder to reach. We'll see how it turns out.
Ooh.
Boo, she says. But in the meantime, we now see the swamps of Miocenis. Overhead, the foliage is spread out wild and crazy, where you have a hard time seeing through the roof of it. The sound of feet pitter-pattering, the tail behind this creature moving through the brush, sweeping to and fro, knocking things out of the way, and seemingly protecting this odd creature from falling into holes and stumbling off of rocks and being eaten by large creatures, as we see a slightly younger Nohu walking through the Myocenian woods. As you were traveling, Nohu, you've just been seeking out adventure. You've been seeking out treasure, wealth, whatever it is that you can find, as you are a great adventurer. As you're walking through the swamps, happy as a clam, what do we see you doing while you're searching for this treasure, for this adventure, by yourself right now?
Well, obviously, I have my trusty guide, by which I mean it's a pretty large, stick from a sturdy tree. So I'm always keeping it leading in front of me on the floor, trailing my way along my path. So obviously, I don't get lost. I mean, I don't have my great map yet to actually not get lost, but I'm sure the whole 5 or miles I've been walking, the line is still there somewhere.
Still behind you in maybe a zigzaggy, meandering way, but there nonetheless for those who know to look.
And what adventurer doesn't know how to look for their old trail?
Of course, you would never get lost. Not once ever. As you are walking through this dense foliage, you're having to slash some of it apart. Your tail is moving out and kind of working on its own to keep you able to move forward. You find yourself inside of a large, bristle, thorny bush that keeps grabbing at your clothes, that keeps attacking you in its own way. You'd swear you were back on Rulo, but no. It's not a living, breathing plant that's trying to eat you. It's just getting in the way. As you brush through this rapidly and come tumbling down a hill from the other side, you see a huge pile of stone and moss in the middle of a field of electric blue water, an unnaturally bright color, not like full of lightning. How do you react to this?
Well, I remember that the first step in any adventure's logbook is to test the waters. So I think I'm going to drink the water, see what's going on in there.
Nohu rushes forward, immediately laps into the water, and it's got this strange chemical-y taste. Something that reminds you of labs you've been in plenty of times before in the past. And as you drink it, your body begins to vibrate, gets a little hotter than it should be. You see your scales kind of pop up and like push away from the body, almost like you have goosebumps. And a strange spinning sensation fills your head. Now, while you're standing there wandering around, and you're not entirely aware if you feel good or bad in this moment, you happen to see that this structure in front of you obviously was something that isn't supposed to be here. It's not a natural formation. It is hand-carved in some way and placed meticulously, but it is partially collapsed. Now, this does appear to be a fragmented section of some larger building, but you're not sure, because there doesn't seem to be anything else nearby. What do you do now? Buzzing with energy, head spinning, your tail kind of vibrating on its own as it comes up over your head and just moves around.
All of those are the marks of a perfectly good ruin to explore. So I just have to make my way to the other side. Is the lake big enough so that I have to swim, or are there like branches all around it that may allow me to climb and then jump from one shore to the other?
It does appear that this liquid spilled out from somewhere within the tower, or the piece of structure, whatever it is, and have filled in these pools, but it's more like a swampy pool. There are sections of stone, there are sections of mud, of wood and debris, large mushroom pieces that have kind of collapsed over this, so you do have a way to cross.
Better get moving then.
All right. So we see the little Skixon. We see the Kajkin moving up and down these little branches and climbing sideways across old mushrooms that have fallen, across some wood and things like that, until he makes his way into the tower. Now, as you are inside of this, you do see that this looks like a fragmented section of some massive structure. It is definitely out of place, and being an adventurer, the only thing you can think is, whatever this used to be, it exploded off of its main portion. It was very large, and this was launched into the area that it's at. You can see locations where segments of the stone are buried in the mud and the muck, where they have fallen from a great distance. You can see collapsed sections that used to be doors and things like that, bent in from the force of the weight of impact. You've seen those kinds of things. As you are looking through the debris, you see ancient machinery laying all about. You find a couple of skeletons in the ground. They happen to be short, they're not children. They have thick adult bone structures, but your best estimate is that they were halfling. So they have died here a long time ago, most likely. As you are scratching through this debris, under some moss and dust, you see a plaque of some kind. It's difficult to read. Is there something you do to try to make it easier?
Yes, I will grab some of the bones from the dead halflings, especially the ones on the torso. See if those maybe like end in a sort of more of an edge, so that I'll crack a couple of them, bring them to the plaque, and slowly and meticulously go cleaning it up all around it.
We see Nohu scratching away at this, whatever it is, this plaque, this ancient thing. And after clearing out as much as you can, anything that isn't rusted, oxidized, and completely unreadable, you find the word Eidolon, Sector 6, scratched and varnished in the middle.
Eidolon, Sector 6.
Yeah, Eidolon. As you are looking at this, you hear a splash in the water behind you. And as you spin around, you see the head of a huge reptilian creature that lunges at you. Something spins out from the darkness, slams into a wall next to you, and pulls away, sticky as all hell, and tearing apart some of the stone. Some sort of massive frog seems to be here and proceeds to start chasing you.
I have to make use of my greater agility and smaller size to run around through the smaller openings in the wreckage and the ruins, so that he is capable of following me.
Ducking, diving, and dodging, you find yourself going through small spaces, moving around this large object, leaping through the air, these massive shadows coming above you as it crashes down into the ground, narrowly squashing Nohu as he runs. Escaping after a bit of a chase. You recognize that this danger is a bit of a MILF. What do we see you do as you finally make it to safety and choose to stay away from it for now?
I have to mark the place in some sort of way, maybe some surroundings. I have the bones still with me, that I used before. Did I bring with me the plague, or is it still left in there?
The plaque was left in your hurry, but nearby there is some old crates and something that looks like maybe some sort of ancient flyer, but it's white on one side and faded with sunlight. You feel like maybe this thing would make a good map. Maybe a relatively large one at that.
Sounds perfect. Yeah, I was thinking of leaving some sort of mark in the vicinity so that I may remember the place and have something to, guide me forward next time. And from there, grab the map and see if maybe some charcoal or something else which can be used to start, drawing it in.
Excellent. So we see you begin working on your map, and we see you leave behind a bit of an effigy, some sort of object in the ground, something that probably won't be damaged by the elements or by creatures that live out here. What does it look like?
The skull of the halfling set upon, carved inside one of the trees nearby, with the bones that I grabbed in an X-form pattern.
Excellent.
I've seen it before. It's usually meant don't go in there, which obviously means for adventurers, go ahead.
Of course. Skull and crossbones are always welcoming to adventurers. And Nohu escapes from that point and disappears into the annals of history to be returned to us at a future date. We now come back to our glorious party. You've all slept for some time. About 3 hours apiece. You've all gained some of your energies back. Still tired, but know that there is a lot at stake here in the future. Every single one of you has some reason to want to help protect this city, whether it be individuals that you're looking out for, people that you know and care about, community that you'd like to keep intact, or the fact that you're just genuinely good individuals. Or maybe they have something they owe you, who knows. So each one of you awakens in the morning. Each one of you has kind of started to travel out from there. Nohu, of course, continued badgering Kiara for a little while, waking up holding onto her cloak, if we all remember that. At this point, the last one to have awoken was Patchy. You had only really been given that 3 hours. You're still very hurt physically, unfortunately. But... it's
and
better
probably emotionally too,
and maybe a little emotionally. Yeah, you wake up to Felicia sitting on your chest and just licking your face, and you see tufts of fur come out, and then you see her.
Stop being dramatic. It's not that bad.
And she just kind of turns and walks over, and then just bites your finger.
Ow.
And then she climbs down and goes over to her empty food dish and flips it over.
Don't you know how to do that at this point? You know where you know where I keep it.
Meow.
God damn it! Oh, fine. I'll bring Princess Felicia her food. Yes. I'm go on it. Yes, I'm on it. You want the Ruga flavored one? Fine. Oh my God, we're so picky today. What do you want? The I don't know, the Empire Chow, the bug mulch. What do you want? Fine, bug mulch it is, all right. Pour her food. God damn it. What a diva today. Ugh.
You see, as you begin pouring food into the dish, she immediately has her tail come up, and she starts rubbing up against your leg and purring, her rotund body kind of rolling a little bit in the process.
Psh. Opportunist.
And you feel very drained physically. Your body is quite bruised up, and everything kind of hurts. Coming through the end of such severe aether poisoning feels like the day after getting over a horrendous fever.
You know what? I'm just gonna just lie down here a little bit, and I'm gonna use Felicia's body as a pillow as I lie on the floor a little bit more, getting like 15 minutes more of... You can eat it like that. You barely use that body anyway.
And Felicia continues eating out of her dish. And we move on. Everybody else there had been given as small recompense for the problems that had occurred before. Melody had made everybody a rather large breakfast. Something that wasn't full of awful floor ingredients, spit, and probably a whole bunch of feces. Who knows? We see everybody now sitting at the kitchen table. Well, the dining space inside of Melody's Inn, kind of digging in. What do we see Nova and Kaizen doing as they're sitting across from one another at the table?
Kaizen is literally just sitting there, not eating a thing, polishing his sword.
He's just polishing away at the table in front of you.
Yep.
Nova, what are you doing?
Hey.
Just like trying to get a beat on things. Like, so Kaizen, have you noticed that every single person here seems to be batshit crazy?
Yes, I thought it was only me. I thought I had been away from normal time for so long that it was just I was the one out of place. I'm so glad that you have observed it as well.
No, I thought so too. You know, I mean, I've been away from people, but I don't know. See, I maybe the world's or the aethersphere has just gone crazy in the time that I've been gone. But I don't think people were like this before. I mean, some people, right? But like statistically, the probability that literally every single person that we have met since we started on this planet has been insane.
Yes, and stuck in their ways. They didn't really like to change much. Just exist in their little loony fantasies.
Well, I mean, that's judgy. I don't want to be judgy. I'm not saying I'm judgy. I just needed to validate that I'm not the only one who's viewing this. Also, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, there's not like a leader here, really? I mean, is there? Are you seeing one?
I haven't seen a thing. I really don't know who gives orders and who takes them and how they even know how to function, quite honestly.
I mean, honestly, I feel like the one that makes the most sense is Know Who, because it's kind of clear on
and isn't
what
that
he's doing.
Terrifying? I know.
He's consistent, right? Yeah.
He's very, very consistent. That is very true.
Everyone else is very inconsistent. Kiara's kind of consistent too, but she terrifies me.
She's a little off-putting. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for the conversation. I mean, I know that I'm crazy, so I always have to like check in.
That's
but
fair.
Okay.
And I must ask too, is that food better than what you had yesterday?
Significantly.
I don't know. What we had yesterday wasn't that bad. That's all I'm saying.
I was just, gauging a little further crazy scale. Don't mind me.
No, this is more conventional. Like,
yeah.
Like there's seasoning in it, and like it's cooked evenly.
I can't tell you how happy it makes me to hear that you have that differentiation.
Yes. The other I would say was exotic cuisine, perhaps.
Quite, yes. It was a very raw potato chunk I had. I'm glad that you took the rest of it.
I don't think there was potato in it, though.
I'm just gonna pretend you never said that.
So as the two of them are talking, no, last time we had played, you had actually left Kiara's side and you had gone somewhere else. Do you remember where that was, or are we just going to retcon that and move on from here?
Did you me?
No, he's muted. You're muted.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? I thought that was somebody else. Cool. That's just...
Oh no, I was saying that I don't remember if that I left Kiara's side last time.
All right, so if you're still sticking around there, then you're at the table
What-
with Kiara.
What happened was, I'm pretty sure you took my stuff and then
Gun.
ran it to Clay.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Then I took
And then
the
you went to
gun.
breakfast.
Yeah, that's what.
So-
I will be having breakfast.
So at this point, we see Nohu downstairs eating breakfast as Melody puts some on the table before him. How big of an eater is Nohu?
Pretty big either. You have to. I mean, you will never know when you will meet a MILF like outside, so you have to be ready for everything.
You gotta eat as much as you possibly can, just in case of MILF. Got it. All right, so Nohu's sitting there just shoveling away food, one big, massive mouthful bite after another, preparing himself for future MILFs. And we move on over to Kiara and Clay walking down the stairs while we see this at the table nearby. Kiara, you had found out that you were exceptional at removing Nohu's upgrades anytime you wished. So you had taken that back off the gun, of course. And Clay, what do we see the two of you doing as you're walking downstairs? This is the first time you've been kind of alone and maybe had a moment to talk in a while.
Yeah. Clay's gonna just look up at Kiara and just. Is this kind of one of the first chances we've had to talk one-on-one? Do you want to maybe get breakfast to go? And I don't know. It's been a crazy time.
Anything that will keep me away from Nohu is greatly appreciated.
All right. Normal plan, eh? All right, and I want to. I'm gonna come downstairs, like. Oh, tell you what, that was quite the day and evening. Wouldn't you say? Kind of see the innkeep. I forget her name. Melody, right?
Yes.
Yes, Melody. So, hope you are kind of feeling better after the night's activities and all of that. Are you doing all right?
I'm not so great. I'm so personally ashamed. I'm sorry for what happened. Of course, I didn't know. Just pancakes?
Aye, of course. And and I think this can be applied, wherever folks are looking for it. But sometimes you do things and it turns out bad. And if you had no way of knowing, right? I mean, by the time you knew, sounds like I was outside, but sounds like there was no going back, right? It's hard to say. So sometimes you have to pay the prices, and sometimes all you got is hindsight.
Well, hindsight doesn't stop what happened, though.
Aye, but luckily the town's still standing, and so are we. So, overall, I would say it
How
turned
much
out
longer, though? You've got all of those Vincier now tied up outside in the rain. I mean, you're gonna
Hey,
kill the last two of them if you're not careful. But the Empire's still coming.
aye.
They'll be here soon. How are we gonna deal with that?
I've got a few ideas rattling around here, but nothing solid. But been in tight spaces and spots throughout my life, and worked with a lot less against a lot more once. So, I think we've got more going for us than you might think. And I think if we all put our heads together, we can come out all right on this.
Well, I'm glad for your confidence, at least.
Wow.
Six should never have been the one to turn himself in. I feel like that should be me at this point.
Thank you, McSherry, for the gifted subs. We appreciate that.
Yes.
I have a lot of dings in my head in just a moment.
Not what I would have recommended or guessed would happen, but well, it's happened already. Suppose we got to just live with the consequences.
Yeah. Well, here, have some breakfast.
Thank you very much.
If you need anything else, just let me know. You can stay in the rooms as long as you need.
All right. And we'll kind of, fade in the background, and then once I feel like conversation is kind of drifted away from me, I'll take my leave to try and go meet up with Kiara.
All right, so you just grab a hold of some food. The two of you kind of usher yourselves out. Everybody else is kind of busy and talking to one another, and you make your ways.
Clay was kind of making himself the center of attention. I tried to sneak out without Nohu seeing me.
Nohu, why don't you roll an aware roll versus Kiara's?
Can I argue he make an aware roll against my charming as I'm trying to distract him?
I mean, you can use your roll to assist Kiara.
Okay,
So,
great. I will do so.
Give me your charming roll, Kiara. What approach do you want to use to try to...
Natural
Clay got
20.
that 20. But that's not an assist. It's not exactly the same thing.
For sure.
I mean, I'm fully just gonna... I mean, if I need to, I will go back up to my room and go out the window.
Right,
I'm that level of not wanting Nohu to see me.
So what stat would you like to use, and how do you explain that stat being used?
Probably agile. I just want to open the door and just, slink out of there as quickly as possible.
Quickly and quietly. Go ahead and roll agile. Clay is going to give you an advantage here, for sure. That gives you a +5 to the roll. That puts you way above what Nohu rolled already. And Clay, do you wish to have +1 to all rolls to create distractions in the future? Or do you want to know exactly how Nohu thinks to the point where you can almost always get his attention?
Does Nohu think?
Of course he does.
The +1 to distractions is way too fitting. Like, it is too perfect that I have to do that.
So on your notes section, go ahead and write down +1 to distractions. We see Kiara sneak out. Nohu's too busy eating, and hearing Clay has kind of got your eyes kind of shifting a little bit here and there on occasion.
In that case, as Clay is talking and, making his distraction, Nohu will just be asking questions and speaking with his mouth full so that bits and pieces of the food all land on Clay.
You're getting like splattered little things that kind of slide down and get sticky and stuck in various places.
That's cool. What kind of trouble?
Amazing.
All right, and then how do you leave Nohu's presence, Clay?
If it's just Nohu paying attention, I will just I'll just point the opposite direction, be like, wait, did I see some silver meant to be plundered right there?
How do you react?
Keeping eye contact.
Just stares at you.
What?
Right. So Nohu, what's the plan for you now?
Wait, there's a plan back there?
There's a plan back there, and suddenly Clay's outside.
Just throw a map. He'll chase it.
I don't have a map.
No, you turn back around and Clay is gone. So
he's invisible.
Kiara and Clay, you step outside into the Miocenian rain, which is like a regular day.
That needs to be a song.
Miocenian rain.
Yeah.
And what do we see the two of you doing as you're kind of moving away from Melodies?
You can edit this as much as you want, but I imagine just a rooftop picnic.
Yeah, right. Definitely. Kind of as long as, Clay isn't going to slide off.
Okay.
All right, so you climb up onto the nearest rooftop that is flat enough for a picnic and sit down, kind of keep your heads covered, and just eat soggy food in the rain.
We've had much worse.
All right. Is there anything important the two of you wish to speak about before we move on to the next scene?
I know it's been a time already, but fuck me, it's good to see you again.
Kiara not liking, especially around Clay, to be overly emotional, will just sock him straight in the arm.
I love how you don't pull punches when you're being friendly too. The commitment is always so charming.
I do believe there was something that I owed that for, or if not, just save it till the next time I, get to punch you. For
it's
any
always
reason.
smart, I suppose. But I wanted to apologize a bit. The previous day usually gets a little clearer after a night's rest, and I realized you talked about her and.
Nope. Conversation done. Nope.
All right, moving on. So, I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little responsible and invested in helping this town, but I don't know about this group necessarily, as far as leaving, sticking around after that.
Which one do you not, have faith in? Is it the one that blows everything up? Is it the one that wants your spit? Which one do you think is the problem?
Or maybe the two elves who are somehow
don't realize that they're elves and then just don't cover their ears?
Well, one of them's a huge sore thumb in terms of drawing attention. The other one seems, well-intentioned for sure, but that only goes so far.
We'll let you decide which ones are which.
Huh? But, I don't know. I will say, on the way through, I maybe pulled a minor job in a place that is, I cannot describe how many perfect marks I think there are in this place. It's a resort for people who want to see Miocenis, but, not the Miocenis we see clearly. And I sold some shitty perfume as, anti-bug degradation stuff for jewelry. We're talking just the most plum marks I've ever come across. So,
is that this an option? However, you did take a child that you have to deal with.
Right. I need to talk to her today, soon.
So there is some unresolved trauma with your son that you have now taken another child?
Blunt.
Yes.
I don't know, it just, she was hiding. She was like us, right? And nobody gave a shite, and if she did get found, would have just been killed or worse. But she didn't have anyone. No one to call her own.
So you think letting her make a bond with you is a great idea?
No. Honestly, not my best, but if she can make a place here, these are honest folk, for the most part. No, exploding, gigs in notwithstanding. I don't know. I just couldn't leave her. Especially since I thoroughly dicked over the owner of the property when they were really looking for something or someone to take the anger out on. May have seized the means of production a bit. The classic,
You unionized?
So, I don't know. I guess we'll stay open, but I don't know. We've obviously both got things to do. Probably not here, so I feel like just would be good to be on the same
The
page.
sooner I can get off of this planet, the better.
I mean, it's not exactly doing wonders for my my hygiene as well. I mean,
You have hygiene.
the smell. I mean, of course, you gotta look at least somewhat presentable. But
Let me know when that happens.
thank you very much. The smell does remind me of home, but not in the way I'd like.
So as we see the two of you kind of having this conversation, wrapping that up a little bit, we are going to move just a little bit further. Clay and Kiara finish their breakfast, kind of get to know each other again a little bit, recognize there's still a bit of emotional damage there and some problems. Realizing that they're
Kiara doesn't have emotions. What are you talking about?
And realizing that they're in a place where they can make a difference in the lives of others. We see everybody else leaving Melodies at this point. It has been about another hour, so I'll say that Patchy, you got another hour of rest, giving you one more regen application to yourself. That'll bring your overload down to 0. Looks like it'll also give you back another 2 health, putting you at 9 CHP. So almost everything is back to normal.
Okay, I needed that. Thank you, Felicia. Come, let's see what the others are up to. Why am I saying others? It's like we're a team. I don't even know them. Whatever. Yeah.
So you make your way out, and you now see everybody kind of out in the commons, outside of the little garden that is usually being taken care of by Periwinkle, but she is absent. Everybody else climbing down off of roofs, coming out of buildings. You all come together in the center of town. Well, it looks like some repairs are being done to some of the damaged buildings. Well, there's people that are scrubbing and cleaning up blood and whatnot. And there are individuals in the town that are watching over your 2 guests of honor from the Vincier and the giant pile of bodies, which people are starting to worry are going to stink soon. But somebody's told them that they need to keep that pile until the Empire arrives. So you have roughly, if Kaizen's vision was correct, about 32 hours until they get here.
Maybe we throw some baking soda on it? Sprinkle it for the
Melody
smell?
off to the side is like,
I have lots of baking soda. I can. When we get some of that, Ben's here. Come help me.
you see the Skixon kind of move off to go grab some.
I wasn't super being completely literal, but okay.
I think I might have a, freezer in my lab that might fit all of them.
All of them?
I think I think the most important thing is just if the folks here are gonna be honest about what happened and that the town was attacked by events here, it's good to have the proof in the pudding.
That's what I mean. So we can take the bodies out when the Empire comes, but they don't stink up the town. And, the bodies are a little bit more fresh looking. So when the Empire comes, they're like, who's that? It feels like it. But the thing is, if you use my freezer, you need to take them out before the Empire comes here, because I probably won't be here when the Empire comes because the Empires can't find me.
Okay, so here's the thing, though, that we could probably do that. If we leave it out here, it's going to attract bugs. Also, I don't know what this means exactly, but McSherry just decided to add some chaos into our situation. So
yeah,
that would be the audience participating with biddies. And a
I think
pride
I'm going to
flag.
go back to sleep now. Bye.
Yep, you see that. So... what is it that you're all attempting to do now? I did know that Nohu had a plan to travel out to the local depot, maybe get some of the townsfolk to go in that direction, and to give them a safe place to potentially hide out while the Empire arrives, and maybe you all talk them down or fight it out, whatever and however it turns out. Is that the plan right now? So we're seeing you all discussing what to do next in the town square.
Right.
So what is your pitch here at the moment? You've said this a few times to them, but I've never gotten it nailed down yet.
They never seem to listen.
What?
Let me say this as clearly as possible. The pot The pot. The pot. Supply the pot is the best of things because we go there and kick some things. We help
You
the
want us
town to give them place to hide. The
What is he
supply
doing?
depot is the thing tonight.
I mean, I'm always swayed by song, to be honest. So
That another line. What?
maybe we have a bunch of the innocent people go to the depot. Do you know that this depot is like safe? Is there a reason to assume that it's not just like a death trap?
That's the robe. That's why I think it's important to scout it first if we're gonna do the plan, which I don't think is a bad idea, actually. Get anyone who's not loving their odds or just want to play it safe to, maybe skedaddle for a day or two.
Sure.
Suddenly, our audience chaos kicks in.
Oh, good.
As the pile of bodies nearby, having been
Oh,
exposed
no.
to the atmosphere for a while, having had this rain come down as it was, triggers some sort of chemical agent that is dissolved. The lid, the stopper at the top is designed to dissolve over time. And now you see the bodies immediately exuding a massively horrendous smell as they are melting in the middle of the square.
The bodies are melting.
Oh yeah, I have seen that happen.
All of you
It's,
roll tough as a horrendous odor begins filling the entire area. There's a 15, 8, 19, not a 4. We got one more roll left here from Patchy, right?
Is my Skixon feature being Titans being immune to diseases, poisons, or something? Does that not help at all here?
I would say that it will help you with this, so you don't actually.
How
need to
much
make
smelling can he still have after all of the alchemy experiments and people he's melted?
Yeah,
That's fair. His nose hairs are singed.
Totally.
This is like a Tuesday smell for me.
So
Yeah,
in
it's
the
like a
case
Sensi. You're
of
good.
these rolls, Clay and Nohu, I need you to explain to me how you lose complete and utter control of basically your mind and your guts at roughly the same time.
Oh, I've cleaned diapers with nothing this bad. Excuse me, please. And I'm just gonna book it.
Clay
Try and
runs
make it to some kind of outhouse.
You can't find solace from this smell, Clay, until you run out the front gate of the city. Nohu.
Gotta find a bush.
Nohu, you lose your mind. Explain to me what you losing your mind is like, and your stomach in some way.
It's all like a very psychedelic trip, like big pink elephants in parade. That's sort of like he's losing control. He can't really tell what's up and down. And by the end of a really like trippy musical moment that nobody else could hear except for Nohu, he's finding himself trying to grab Kiara's like cloak once again for the slightest bit of stability and emptying his guts like right next to her.
All over the place.
Did he get his puke on my cloak? Because I can and will PvP if he gets anything on my cloak.
Give me high or low.
Hi.
High, he says. He misses your
For
cloak
yes
by
on her cloak.
that much. But the pile is about who's sized on the ground, so there we are. The smell wafts for a while and fills the air, and as you're all standing there, all of you kind of have to move away from it to the best of your ability so that it's just not so overpowering. This is something you've never witnessed, Kaizen. Nova, you've smelled some things pretty bad before. I mean, there was some weird cooking way back on the Zephyr days that resembled something along these lines. You have no idea. Patchy, of course, you've dealt with worse being in your lab. You've literally melted people yourself. So
everyone's so weak. Drama queens. God damn.
And Kiara, you've lived in some pretty horrendous places that give you a bit of an edge here and have, again, had to move yourself away. But as you have gained a little distance, as you've gained the ability to breathe again, and as you turn back, that pile of corpses is nothing but a muddy stain in the distance. You no longer have a whole bunch of dead Vincier in the middle of the courtyard. Just the two living ones.
So nobody kill the other two.
I mean,
Okay.
if we kill them, we can also put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
That
will
would
melt.
prevent this. It melted because of the atmosphere and all, because of all that toxins in the air. If you put them in the freezer, that doesn't happen. That's what I'm trying to say.
So
That's how bodies rots in Miocenis. Goddamn people. Oh my god, everyone's questioning the scientist, Dr. L.
Does your freezer lack an atmosphere?
It's enclosed!
you didn't get
pretty
enough
sure
sleep
to
last
still
night,
have to
did you?
see
All all the scientists that I know like it when people ask questions.
Not when... Goddamn, not stupid questions! There are such things as stupid questions!
Not when he doesn't have the science
Those
to back it up.
university people, they tell no stupid questions, but they're judging you behind your... without you realizing. You don't know that.
While this is going on,
no one
I'm
will tell
using
you these
Respite.
truths!
What?
While
You're
this is
using-
going on, I use Respite to find the best, safest shelter for the surviving ones because no one's being productive.
Good job.
Let's see. Respite. So, when it comes to your respite, let's see. Tells the Stillman the safest location to get successful rest can be found within 100 distance. Providing +3 to any roll target for threats to discover the location. So you reach out into the Aether, and you close your eyes, and you try to focus again. And you search, you listen to the wind, you listen to the future, you listen to everything around, and you feel the tug of potential safety. And right now, while you do feel like somewhere north of you is a potentially defensible position, it's also a little dangerous. A place northeast of you, which you're familiar with, seems to be the safest area you can find just listening to yourself and using this ability. You believe that the depot might be safe if made so. You believe that the Koslov cave is currently the safest place you can think of.
Looks like we're going back to a MILF. So everyone, 2 leagues due east, or northeast, just beyond the grassy knoll is the safest place to keep these people.
So
Is the babushka lady on the grassy knoll too? Sorry.
Kaizen describes moving everybody back into the MILF.
Okay, so last time we were there, that was not safe, Kaizen.
And then what happened?
Well, I guess we killed it. Because, like, boy, you're sassy today. Wow. Like, if someone could not talk down to me today, that would be very nice. They can come back. Thank you.
They could come back. I will say, though, it's either that or the depot is going to be our safest. I have an act for these things, I promise you.
Isn't the depot closer? It might
they put
be
some
a
good for me,
very
yeah.
long trip to the Koslov
Yes, but
cave, right?
I did sense more danger for the depot. It will be a bit of more of a challenge, but either location is going to be safe. So that's what I have for you. Let's just take a vote then, I suppose.
Koslov Cave is 8 hours away. Depot's 4. So you can get there and back if you want to go check it out before the Empire is going to arrive, and you'll have more time to get the individuals here. There. Taking them cross marsh means that there's a chance of being attacked along the way, or of something moving in and your ability no longer anticipating the most safe place by that point in time, Kaizen. So
Also, just want to say we are already being watched by the Vincier. They're, snipers somewhere over there, and they will track our movements. An 8-hour and a long trip to that cave will give them ample time to attack.
True. You will want to find a way out of the city, no matter what you choose to do. That isn't as easy to see. And Nohu might have provided you an option for that already.
We know that is him.
I'm helpful.
Alright, so, everybody, show of hands, as you're all standing there. Depot first. Who wants Depot? Hands up. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I guess you're going to the Depot then. So all of you have a moment.
Cave to peer pressure, Steven.
I mean, hey, I'm fine with either one. I just was letting you know which one's more dangerous and which one is not.
fair.
You're just saying which one is more fun and which one is more boring. Really.
I mean,
So
perhaps he has something. I would have thought you'd want to go to the MILF, but hey.
But it's all poopy there.
In Aether and Steamworks, there is something called the GM's Challenge. It is something that provides you an additional milestone towards leveling if you can succeed at it. On Sparrows, it was going and gathering the power source the last time that they were playing, which they did. Here on Dreams, the depot is the challenge. If you can secure it, you will gain a milestone, which will get you a level up at the end of this session. If you cannot secure it, you will not get that milestone. So we see everybody gathering what they can. What do you wish to do in preparation to travel north before you leave? We'll start off one at a time. Nohu, what are you doing to prepare before you leave?
I would like to secure my own sort of first aid kit, that's considering how accident prone the whole group is. And by procuring, I just mean going into the store and grabbing one and getting out of there.
All right, so you walk into the store while everybody's kind of busy at the moment. Give me an agile roll to see if anybody notices as you attempt to gather a med kit. Or two. 18. You just walk in while people are talking to each other, dealing with all the nonsense, grab a couple of med kits, and walk out. I will provide 2 of those to your character sheet for you, and you now have 2 medical kits.
No, in the 5-finger discount.
5-finger discount happens pretty easily for him there. Nobody in town's really paying that much attention, and supplies here are quite often not even.
No, it's the hero's tax. You know, you just go into a house and you find something shiny, you can take it because you're a hero.
Hero tax. Patchy, what are you doing to prepare for this trip north?
I mean, I'm just gonna gather all my equipment, but get all my charges back for my alchemist kit, and then whatever items I had before, like those glues and the acid and stuff. I'm also gonna, just in case I'm being watched right now, gonna make like a whole big show of like being very decrepit and like very like old and like just I am like I'm going for a rest and I'm just not gonna leave my house and gonna put that trap that I told you about that day I thought I would be missing, just in case they try to strike while thinking I'm sleeping. And I'm gonna get Felicia and exit through the back window that is against the wall so no one can see.
All right.
I'm gonna have a fake mustache while I walk around.
Fake mustache and a hood.
No, I'm gonna have a cloak. I'm kidding.
And a cloak.
All right. I was gonna get an actual fake mustache when I was trying to be the other.
Are you gonna draw on your finger again? Is that what's gonna happen here?
No,
so
that for another day.
So Patchy, you do have enough supplies in your home to completely restock your alchemist kit. I did put that again back on the front page of your character sheet, in the bottom left. So it says alchemist satchel, and then there's 10 in mod. So just remember to remove those as you use them.
And I guess I'm also gonna try to like put I don't know. I'm still pissed off about Six Toes, and I want to try to get him out, but I don't know how to do that. But if the Emperor... Now, figure that out later.
Take care of the town first, and then worry about Six Toes after that. I am now +2 to my next roll. Thank you, Camper. And we move on.
Actually, no. In my note in the trap, I'm going to put more insults to Crimson Mane because now because I need to insult him more after him trying to kill me the other day. I thought there was reconciliation could like be in order, but now I'm going to like do the dose a little bit more sickening.
All right, so a few more hate-filled bits of rhetoric. Got it. Excellent. And Kaizen, what do you do to prepare before you leave?
Sword is polished, quiver is full. I'm good to go.
All right, you're able to restock any damaged arrows that you've had, and you are back in a position of ready to do anything. Let me see. What are you at arrows-wise at the moment, anyways? You happen to have... Do you really have 0 arrows on your sheet?
Oh, I do, don't I? Actually, I don't think we ever...
I will provide those real quick.
Yeah.
The quiver arrows. Ammo, arrows, bits, bolts, and bobs are right here, and there's 10 per.
And I think I've
quiver.
successfully recollected all of them though, so thus far.
Yeah. So on your inventory sheet, where that big thing is at, it's going to say 10 out of 10. Just erase one whenever you use it. There you go.
Sounds good.
So you have a quiver full of 10 arrows at the moment. We move on over from here to Clay. What are you doing to prepare?
I mean, the first thing I would do would go talk to Brownie, go say bye, and let her know I'm going to be gone for a little bit.
So you'd stop in the house. You see that she's just laying in her room. She'd been crying earlier and was like writing goodbyes to the town folk because you told her you were going to be leaving. You see her have a bunch of letters. She can't seem to figure out what to say. And then when you walk in the room, she looks up. You see that her eyes are kind of watery. I don't know what to say to Melanie. She's always given me so much stuff, and breakfast is delicious, and I don't want to say goodbye, Clay.
I'll kind of walk over to her and like offer a hug, since she's, clearly having a bad time.
So you hug her. You tell her that you're going to be leaving temporarily, and tell her that you'll be back soon. You see her just kind of
on a short trip.
You see her just accepting it and nodding, and she like gathers all of her papers together, and you see her go and she lays down that dusty and dirty knapsack that she had and starts gathering all of her things in it, waiting for you to come back. Anything else you do?
Ronnie, so obviously we've got work to do, because you and I we're different, right? We're gonna do our best to help these town out because they're good people, right?
Yeah, they've been very nice to me and to you, and so you're gonna help them?
Of course. Got a few plans. Maybe we'll put our detective minds together and see what kind of plans to save the town we can come up with when I'm back. But Brownie, who's gonna make sure they stay safe once the job's done? This town needs a protector, I think.
Like a sheriff?
Aye. Or maybe a deputy for now. Well, there were a few problems with that I can't quite get into. A lot of the paperwork would not quite work out. No, I kind of pointing at the letters. I know you like it here, right?
Well, yeah.
Right.
But you'll help protect everybody, won't you? You'll be the sheriff, and everything will be safe, and we can live here forever and ever. And you and I, we could be like a family or something. And see her come over and just like grab a hold of your arm.
Oh, the like heart shatter. That does sound really nice. I've got before we can do that though, I've got business that I've got to take care of. Other members, other people I need to check up on, not just my friend Kiara. And
so
it's gonna mean like being out and about a bit.
People here are like nearby? Like what, you have more people to check on? More family?
I'm not 100% on where they are. Well,
so you lost
I have a good idea.
How do you lose your family?
Prison.
You lose them in prison? Why
No,
are they
you
in
lose
prison?
them by being in prison, and then they don't exactly let you send letters, do they?
Don't just bad people go to prison?
No, actually, usually a lot of good people do too.
That doesn't
the
make
system.
sense.
So you know how the person on that farm I found you at was they owned the land, but they weren't nice to the workers there.
He was an ass.
Oh, that's a very good word to describe him. You see, people sometimes who have the power don't use the power correctly, and that can mean, good people get turned into bad people when they're not actually bad people, or they get put in scenarios where they have to do bad things.
So sometimes good people have bad things happen to them, and sometimes things that
It's a
are
lot.
rules are not always right.
You don't go flaunting the law out in the open, of course, but where you can, doing good shouldn't be restricted exclusively by laws. Well,
You sound like my dad.
do I now?
Yeah. Mom always said he was going to get in trouble someday because he always talked like that. And she told me not to listen. But he was a smart guy. I mean, I hope I see him again someday.
Well, that's the thing. We gotta look around here as well, right? For your folks.
Yeah. Just promise you'll be back.
Right, I'll be back later today. Unless something goes awry, and then I'll be back tomorrow.
Pinky swear.
Pinky swear.
Okay. Then you gotta keep it. So yeah.
Hey, of course. My word is my bond when I'm not lying.
Okay.
And
then.
I'm not lying to you. I mean, listen, sometimes you gotta make promises to folk who you don't want to be making promises to.
So we see Clay give his little bit of a farewell to Brownie and head out. Melody promises to take care of her while you're gone, and you step out. Kiara, what do we see you doing preparing for this trip?
Making sure that my gun is properly locked to my side so no who can't fuck with it.
You create a locking mechanism that you.
I have one. I have a self lock that I have used. That it's gonna get locked to my belt, like my belt loop, and that's just so I can feel it if no who tries to touch it.
Of course. So you have your weapon locked to your side. You take a little bit of time making sure that it's in a good position, someplace where you can draw it quickly if necessary, where you can keep it safe from prying hands. And that's what Kiara does. Nova, what are you doing in preparation for the event?
I don't think she has. I have much of a plan. Maybe I see if in that pile of mush or around somewhere there's like a weapon, like a sword, like a melee weapon.
Give me an aware roll, and we'll see if we find anything.
I would like to loot the squishy pile, please.
Loot the squishy pile.
Squishy pile, yes.
The
What did you want me to
pile
roll?
of dead Skixen, I'm assuming you are referring to.
I'm just trying to find a weapon, and that makes sense.
Okay, give me an aware roll.
Yeah.
The higher you roll, the better you might item you might find, or there might not be anything here. That is a 12. So you do happen to find a couple of daggers, if you want one of those, and one little backward curved blade, similar to a kukri but longer.
A longer kukri. I'll take it.
Okay, just that one, or do you want the knives too?
I'm gonna take the knives and clean them up. Ooh, I got a +1. Does 13 help me?
It's about the same. You can keep that for now, though.
Okay, I take my +1. Thank you, Nora. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna clean them up. That's what I'm doing.
All right, so you have the swords, and you gain a couple of daggers, and you clean them off of all the goop that smells pretty dang horrible at this point in time, which, yeah, not great. And
I'm gonna just put. I'm gonna Well, before I do that, I will go over to Patchy and ask him if he has some like mentholatum or something I could put under my nostrils while I'm cleaning it.
good idea.
What? What'd you want?
Do you have anything I could put under my nose so that I don't smell the icky?
Wait, what you doing with the icky?
I'm cleaning it.
Oh. Okay.
Why do you want it?
Nice. Okay. I mean, actually, man, I might get a sample. Actually, that's true. Can you put some in this flask for me? Thank you. Yeah, good sound. Okay, I might have. I guess I'll give a cork or something. I don't know. I must have something.
Please give me corks for rhinos.
Yeah, this should work. I'll give him like the corks that I've used to, seal a couple of my potions and stuff. So and vials. So they might smell with something else, but we don't know what that is.
Gross. Okay, so you could write down some corks on your inventory.
Corks. Some corks. All right, I'm putting
some
it
corks. And you can use those in the future if you wish. I've set you up with your daggers and your kukri, your long kukri. And the stats for those. You do happen to have -4 strong. You might want to work on that in the future.
Well, I was kind of hoping that maybe a smaller sword or something I could use agile.
Well, daggers don't have a benefit from strong or negatives from strong, so they just are a flat D4. You'll be able to use that in the future. But from here, we now see everybody gathered together. They have their supplies, and they meet at Know Who's Hole. As you all kind of crawl and sneak out of it, believing yourselves to be not seen by the Vinsir, we see you scrabble down the sides of the stone that so quickly a mad dash had placed all of you heading up, all of you being Kaizen and Nova, when running from the bug so long ago, it feels like, which was only like 2 or 3 days ago. And you climb down into the Miocenian swamplands once more, proceed to start heading northward. Know who? You're the one with the map. Give us a tough roll to see if you can blaze a trail without problems, or if this is going to take a little longer than usual.
A tough roll for map guy. All right, but before that, as we are heading towards our direction toward our newest adventure, Nohu has to give a little bit of speech, and he goes like, "All right, people, this might be our second expedition out there into the wild, but I feel that this is our first time that we are moving out like a group, and every good group has a good name, something that identifies them. So I have come with the name that from here on out we will call the NBA, Know Who's Band of Adventurers." So everybody, keep your head in the sky. Look for the horizon. Ever forward to new and greater adventure.
As we welcome the NBA to the group, they begin heading northward at Know Who's behest. That tough roll is an 8. That will add an extra hour onto your trip, Know Who. Is that an acceptable thing for you?
I'm going to say yes because I have a -2 stuff, so I'm sure I'm going to roll worse.
All right. So Know Who proceeds to head north with everybody else, and you see him like scrabbling through some of the underbrush and the growth. There isn't any trail. He starts blazing it ahead with everybody following, constantly getting hit by, things that are lashing back behind him, vines and bushes and little branches and things like that. Yeah.
As someone who knows these forests, would there be a point when I realize that we don't know where we're going?
Well, Know Who pointed out to a depot that you didn't know was there. So you're not entirely certain how to get there to begin with.
Fine.
But yes.
Do you know how to reach a place you have never been to before faster? Nope. I think not.
I will not question the tracker and finder of the map. As someone who gets upset when people question my medical advice and scientific knowledge, go ahead.
So everybody is
not a hypocrite.
I need all of you to roll tough now, because this is 5 hours on your feet of hard march through the swamps. You don't come across any creatures, so that's good. Kaizen, nat 20. Nice. 18, 10, 7. And the last one here we're waiting on is from, there we go, Kiara, the 9. Kaizen, with a 20, you obviously are already dealing with less problems than the others. You don't have to eat. Your resting is heightened by your meditation prior. You and Nova both are some of the most rested individuals that are in the group at the moment. Nova, you stumble around a little bit, but you're fine. Kaizen, with your nat 20, you have a choice. Do you wish to use your ability to be in tune with the universe to prevent Patchy and Kiara from having to have some distractions caused by exhaustion and pain and this trip. So that will get rid of the distractions that they will have. They will have one each. Or do you wish to have a moment where if you would be surprised as a party, you can stop it?
Oh.
Dirty pool.
I mean, let's take away their distractions.
Okay, Kaizen being a little
I do that
beneficial
to
the
myself. You
party.
didn't have to.
Thank you so much. That's so nice of you.
So both of you are exhausted. You are stumbling through this brush. You're having some problems with it. You've already been fighting constantly and emotionally kind of frustrated and gotten only a few hours of sleep. But every time you start to falter, Kaizen's there to keep you upright, to keep your spirits up, and reminding you just to breathe and be careful. And both of you are able to get through this without your mood getting worse, without becoming distracted. So, we
Kiara's
see you-
mood worse.
We see you come up over...
You don't want to see it.
We see you coming closer and closer to this depot that Nohu had described. In the distance, you can see a large, segmented out section of a hill. Long time ago, it was probably some sort of rock quarry or something like that, where people had gathered stone from. They'd carved out, basically 3/4 of it, with a tunnel or a pathway leading up towards the center of this carved section. Now, you can see the depot built into this. It's like someone had cleaved the top of a large hill, creating a protected location, half of which is now a large lake. As you're climbing up the muddy and overgrown path, you begin to see fragments of chitin and various strange piles, with the occasional bones sticking out of them. The worn road that you have now found in front of you was installed generations ago, and is nothing more than cracked and more uniform stone in those cracked sections than the surroundings in the countryside. Mud and dirt have long since obscured what was once a trail, heading both east and west from where you had walked onto it, with this one pathway leading off towards the depot. As you come up this hill, you see a waterfall and an accompanying stream nearby. Climbing to the top of the hill, you're able to look down on the ruins of an old military outpost, a supply depot for Empire soldiers en route to other decommissioned locations in the area at this point. A defensive tower with decrepit and long since consumed by the environment turret sits on the south end. Over a small but still stout-looking bridge is the fort, claimed mostly by the wilds and covered in vines. Something feels off. So, for
Well,
now...
if something feels off, I'd like to use inconclusive insight, Ty.
Inconclusive
Yes.
insight. I will share the map for everybody so you can see what we have here and put your tokens
That's
where
a-
you are.
Pretty map.
So,
I am also going to use See the Heart, so I cannot be surprised by an enemy or an ally.
Okay, you hit See the Heart.
Working both
Damn.
sides of that nat 20. Boom.
Oh, we get the right spot.
There goes my plans to stab Kaizen into sleep.
Damn it! The assassination plan was so close.
If you would
I was
be,
just gonna come up and tickle him, but I guess I can't now.
if you would all be
You
so
got me
kind
sides real quick.
as to
Yes.
place your tokens where you are in marching order for me. I'll get everybody out there. Where are you, Nohu? There you are.
Where is farthest away from Nohu in marching order?
Oh, I see us. We're so little.
I did not ask, but did you bring Felicia this time? Patchy.
He said he did.
All right.
Crap.
I said I did, but that question scares me.
So Felicia is there with you. And
She's in my back. She's in the back. There's like a little bit of air for her. Her head is popping right behind, like right there, but like not.
You have one of those little cat backpacks with the
Yes.
clear, like, plexiglass thing?
It's more like her head is like just popping up from on
Like a
top and just like
papoose.
staring at whoever's behind me.
So for our audience, I will
Like a
put up the
papoose,
map here
totally.
in 1 second.
Yeah.
I guess.
Wrong
Not sure what that means though.
It's a little Native Americans used to wrap up their kids on a stick.
I was gonna say a
thing.
cat poos, but that sounds weird.
Cat poos.
Cat poos.
I also like how if this is the marching order, it's literally know who and then everyone else.
Yep. Pretty much.
I mean, it's his
Discount.
idea. He
Yeah.
is the greatest
We're lagging
adventurer.
behind. Yeah, we can't keep up with such a.
I'm keeping a few paces in front and looking back to everybody else, like, making signs and calling out to them.
I'm using
few
Nova
fa-
as a buffer.
Now who's been
A
giving
very squishy
Nova,
buffer.
Between me and Nohu, it's fine.
Oh,
Not
okay.
an actual buffer.
Okay, emotional buffer I can do.
Correct.
Who has been giving Kiara that sort of look, like the sort of look that somebody gives to somebody that they know they gave a really good gift to them, and they are completely sure that they are simply loving it, and they are like silently saying, "You're welcome." Every time
Kiara
he's
has
looking
never
like-
once looked at Nohu.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He's done it every time.
All right. So
Nova feels
as-
slightly awkward, but that's pretty normal. So
Nova's like.
I like the idea
There's-
that it probably
there's
takes
the-
like an hour for you to realize, oh, this is for Kiara, not me.
There's the marching order. Everybody's just kind of
that's
spaced.
exactly
You can see
what happens.
an old damaged building off to the left, down the hill a little ways. Off to the right, again, that turret. Turret being, it's a tower with a turret on it, an old heavy fire cannon of some kind that is damaged and destroyed. Then the main fortress is across the way. You believe that whatever supplies you may be looking for are likely inside. Nohu, of course, is walking in front of everyone, and all of you are huddled around each other very close, it looks like, although I appear to be missing Kaizen. Let me grab him real quick.
I am invisible.
Kaizen is hiding. Kaizen, where are you at? You're on the map now, so you can move yourself into position.
You know what? I like that position.
That position, right next to Nova. As you all begin to march forward, I need all of you to roll me initiative, just for no real reason, other
Can
than
I
just
have-
to determine where we're at for everyone.
Can
of
I have my
course.
inconclusive insight though?
Yes, you will in just a moment.
Oh.
So, when it comes to initiative, Nohu, you've got an 11.
Oh.
And let's see, Patchy, you've got a 24. Nice. And we've got with Kaizen a 7. Not so great. Clay an 11. Kiara gets a 15. And Nova gets a 3. Okay. And 2 things.
Kaizen
here.
and I are having a conversation, okay?
Right.
Distracted.
I always wait anyway, so what does it matter?
Nova's distracted by the looks. Nohu keeps looking back and looking.
Okay,
She's
then.
just, hi.
Is it
So-
for me?
In order to determine what occurs first, we're going to start off with inconclusive insight. So, as you will march to this place, Kiara, you get the sensation that, one, this location was torn down a long time ago. Not only falling to disarray, but falling to warfare. Something came through here and wrecked this place. And whatever it was not monarchy forces. It was something else. And whatever it was might still be here.
Cool. As we're kind of walking, Kiara's gonna say loud enough for her party to probably hear, except for maybe Nohu, who's very far away from the rest of them. Keep an eye out for something that absolutely wrecked the shit of this place that is not the monarchy. Probably something big and scary that we are going to have to fight.
Yes, the MILF just sounded like an awful idea.
Both were your ideas.
Pretty
comes
sure
in-
you
Jack
did
even
vote to
agrees.
come here as well.
It's
so.
not my recommendation.
Another one of those sassy statements. All right, the first
I
one
like
up,
sassy Kaizen though.
In
I'm
this-
just gonna
in
put
this
that out
order.
there.
Patchy, you're going first. At the end of this round, something will happen. Patchy, what do you wish to do?
I mean, I guess I have my eye out for anything. Just, preparing a couple of my materials in case I need to use stuff. Can I
Okay.
just hold my action?
So you just wait. Felicia jumps down out of your backpack onto the ground gets
No,
near your feet, and you see her hackles raised, and she just... She starts, like, making a loud noise, and
Well, what's
showing
that?
her negative expression.
What's that about? Can you communicate?
Nova, you hear Felicia going, "Something here is gonna eat one of us."
So Felicia says something here is going to eat one of us.
Kiara, your turn.
I want to make my way towards this dilapidated turret. I know I won't be able to get there, but I want to be able to get vantage because that's safer than not having it.
All right, so you'd like to move both of your actions or just one?
Yeah, we'll do both.
Okay. So you have a move of 7.
7.
That puts you at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you are here. You just go running forward towards the turret. So Kiara begins sprinting away from everybody, running towards that building.
I would point, like, make eye contact with Clay and point upwards so he knows where I'm going.
There is some sort of noise that comes out of the turret. Clay,
Safe.
your turn.
Well, I think that I would move up just so I'm a little closer to just in case Kiara made the wrong decision. I don't know. And then I'll pretend I'm Kaizen and hold an action to react if anything happens.
Okay, so you hold an action to protect someone or to make a decision. And we move from there to Nohu. Nohu, what are you doing?
Well, seeing Kiara launch forward with such a speed, of course he's going to do a double movement as well. My movement is 5, so 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He'll be all like, after he goes around over there, he'll turn around over to the rest and be all like, especially over to Kiara. That's the spirit! This is the beginning of a great adventure. But remember, always keep an eye on your surroundings. You never know when something else may pop out of nowhere.
All right, excellent. Kaizen, what are you doing?
Oy vey. I'm going to go right here and chill behind this rock and save my next action.
You move over, you just kind of duck down behind a rock and wait. Nova, what do you do?
Nobody's doing nothing. Or they're doing doing nothing at all or too much. I'm actually going to go ahead and look in the direction that Felicia is meowing in, and see if I can, like, I'm going to get down, like, on the ground with her and try to, like, look in the direction and try to see what it is that she is seeing.
All right, give me an aware roll.
God, that is not my strong suit at all. Do I get bonuses because I'm pretending to be a kitty?
No, but
Okay,
I will
okay.
change your roll target based on maybe being able to see what Felicia was able to see for a second.
I'm
That
gonna
is a
get.
7.
I'm gonna use an ace because I don't want to get eaten,
Okay.
and I don't want anybody else to get eaten either. Come
There's
on.
a reroll, and that is a 9.
Would 10 help if I used Nora's +1?
With the 10, I will say that you are able to get.
How
the
about an 11?
tiniest Glimpse. No, you'd need to have 14 or
What?
higher to see.
14 or higher. Okay. But thank you, Last Coffee Bean. You know, yeah. Oh,
That's another
another
plus
plus
one
one.
for
That's
McSherry.
13. So procrastination. Hello, left hand. I'm right hand.
There's
How are
a
you?
14 from Nick Sherry.
Thanks,
And there's an
guys.
ace provided to you by Zetadine. You get to reroll. Go ahead and reroll.
Okay, but I can keep the +4s.
You can keep the +4s.
Okay, I'm doing it. I love you all. Oh, I love
There's
you
a
all. It's an
14 already,
18.
so an 18 with
It's
that.
an 18.
You see a massive shadow move through the heart of the depot across the bridge. Something enormous, something that fills the space that you can see through the walls there. Whatever it is, moves with an unnatural gait. Something that kind of hops places. And as Nova sees that, what do you do?
So thank you, audience, everyone. I'm gonna keep that other ace from last coffee bean and the other +1 from Nora. But you guys are fucking awesome, and I love you so much. I am going to. Can I use my? I'm gonna send Stella to see what they can see.
All right. You
and like go in that way.
Stella. So, your current ability doesn't allow Stella to go that far, I believe. So in the case of the adherent, you happen to have seen here through the adherent senses, range 8 + 2 per adherent level. Currently it's just 8. So range 8, of course, isn't going to be that much further than you can move at the moment.
Can I double it?
If you want to double it, you'll be using chaos.
That's fine.
All right, give us a chaos roll. Roll magical, get higher than a 5, and it will succeed at that point. That is not higher than a 5. That is chaos right there.
I'm gonna go ahead and use. Oh, do I want to use the chaos? I do so bad.
Chaos. Let the chaos happen.
This will be focused on Stella.
On Stella?
Yeah.
Stella can't die.
Stella could get really big.
Stella could also but Stella's
Make us plushies. Make us plushies.
That's not gonna happen every time, okay?
Butterflies.
It can dream.
All right, let's go for it. Let's do it.
You're gonna do chaos.
I'm gonna do the chaos. Yeah, I'm gonna bank that ace.
I will let you roll, and at GM discretion, we'll see what this turns into.
Wait, GM discretion?
Chaos, everyone.
Boop. 47.
The target or a random one in the affected area has all traps, obstacles, or dangerous physical features of the environment move away from them. So Stella,
not only does Stella get out there, Stella gets out there all safe and sound.
Stella is unable to be injured for the rest of the scene, but it's only surviving or engaging with the environment for this round. So what does it look like as Stella moves out and you start warging through Stella's eyes, basically?
Oh, I'm warging?
Pretty much.
Nova stands there. Well, I don't know. So, it's just nobody sees anything because all of that's invisible still, given my current rate of power of my pets.
Yeah.
So I guess they just see Nova just go.
Well, you see something ghostly. Everybody else kind of sees a shimmer or a wave moving through the air. Go ahead and move Stella to where you want to view from, up to 16 away.
Where was the shadow?
Is, let's see. I put that in the wrong spot. Hold on. We'll put it right here.
Whichever I can't. So
16 would put Stella, if you want to move towards the building, right up to there.
I just want to go with whatever direction the shadow was in.
Okay, so Stella moves up to that point. And as Stella moves in that direction, we see tongues lash out from the building nearby to from the turret and from the building nearby, as Stella recognizes two large frog-like beasts that both snap out towards Nohu, standing off in the distance, not noticing them, and something enormous inside the heart of the building.
Ah!
And then the scene fades to black as we go to our break for tonight. Thank you all for watching us this evening. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. We're going to try to reconnect Discord during the break and see how that happens. So pray for us. If not, we'll be right back in the same way that we are here in 10 minutes. Hope you're here when we return, and thank you for watching. We'll see you all soon. Hello everyone, and welcome back to I should have checked my mic. It does appear to be working, so that's good. Welcome back to Dreams of Silver and Stone. We are here getting ready to see what happens next in this crazy, crazy adventure that we have going on. And where we had left off, a whole lot of tongues made their presence known to our party. And we're now going to have to resolve that. But first, since we switched everything, I need to turn our music back on, which I will do now. There we are. Yes. I would say that you do have one standard action remaining, so you could use that to try to assist in some way, or to call out, or whatever. So yes, you can enhance Nohu's ability to survive in some way. How do you attempt to do that? Oh no! Say something. Don't give up on me.
My head.
All right.
Thanks.
There. Say something now.
Saying something now.
There you go. Everybody should be able to hear you now. Can't hear the music either. Really?
We're good.
Music makes the people. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good.
All right, we're good. So, Nova, you have a standard action available to you right now. You were going to go ahead and use that to try to help someone out as Stella has moved away. You've seen through the eyes and ears. What do you do?
I'm probably too far. I have a standard action, so I'm probably too far to sprint and grab his tail and yoink him back.
You are a sprint away. You could get halfway there.
Well, that's not helpful at all. I guess can I sprint halfway there and also call, Nohu, get out of the way.
All right, so you go running halfway. Whoa, you're halfway there, living on a prayer. And you yell out to Nohu. Give me a charming roll. The higher your charming roll, the more likely you are to benefit Nohu in his whatever he chooses to do to defend himself from these tongues.
Yeah, that I'm good at. Oh. Son of a bitch.
That is a 14. That will give Nohu a +2 to any roll that he needs to make to try to protect himself. Nohu, suddenly Nova.
Can I also use my hidden the action I held to react to this
normally
before the round ends?
Normally you can use a held action against an action. However, this is a special attack and is so fast, nothing can react to it that isn't already engaged. Which is why Nova was able to do it. You'll have to wait until after it starts before you can actually do anything at the moment, Patchy. Same thing for Kaizen, who also saved an action, and Clay, who saved an action. So the first thing happens, these tongues lash out lightning fast, zipping through the air very quickly, heading towards Nohu. Nohu, you remember those tongues from your past. What do you do in an attempt to protect yourself? There are two of these coming at you. You kind of spin. You see with one eye, one coming out of the big tower, and you see from the other eye, one coming out of that little broken doorway to the north or northwest of you.
Actually, I would have preferred not to have seen them, as I rely on my little quirk, as I see Nova running to me and calling out to me. I'll head my attention to her and be all like, yes, that is good. A good way to call for somebody's attention. If something tries to come and eat you, you can shout or maybe do something like this and try to do a defense dodge roll. Well, not dodge, or just a defend my luck being my savior.
Excellent. So are you engaging Fortune Favors the Fool for that?
So I do a defense roll then?
Defense roll, you'll have +2 to it because of Nova's roll as well. And the opponent attempts to hit you. We will get the stats here on that. Whoop. And that is
just one roll or two, or how many?
6. Here we go. You have +2 to your roll. The target or the opponent gives you a 16 to strike you for the first one. You are at a 15, so you're one shy of succeeding at the moment.
Was that a 15 naturally or 15 including my +2?
That didn't count my +4 that I added to my modifier, because it only says +3.
That's weird. All right, so if it didn't count your +4 modifier, that puts you at a 19. So you avoid the first one, just turning, lifting that hand up. Suddenly it just... Whoosh. Stephen Dewey, thank you for the +1s to Anna and Robbie. And the second attack comes at you, Nohu. So you're able to avoid the first one. What do you do with the second one?
I'll continue. I'm not even realizing that lightning fast tongues are going after me as I'm just looking at the party at this moment, like trying to give them the notebooks like touches so as to what an initial adventurer does.
You just do it like this and like this. And the first one immediately avoided. You missed. Nat 20 on the second one. Nohu, would you like to be able to put this creature on the defense as you somehow get a hold of its tongue? Or, because of your experience with these creatures, have +1 defense rolls against this type of creature from now on?
+1, you said, to defense?
Yes, to all defense rolls against these types of creatures from here into the foreseeable future.
Or what was the other option, sorry?
To catch one of these tongues and be able to do something.
Oh, well, I think I'll catch the tongue in this case.
All right, so one hand up, you stand in that pose. One of these things just whips past you, completely missing. The other one comes up, and you just raise your hand, and this is what you do the other way, and suddenly you're just grabbing it, and you've got a hold of it. The creature was trying to use it to grapple you, to pull you towards its maw, but you now have it stuck at the moment. That is this one up here. You have grabbed its tongue. On your turn, you can choose what you wish to do with that. But now we move to the top of initiative. That large creature... what was that? Oh, never mind. We do have other actions. We still have Clay. We still have Patchy. Which
All
one
right.
of you? Oh, and we still have the one from Kaizen too. So all three of you still have an action remaining.
Even doing just it.
That is 8 bits. Wonderful. Thank you, Steven. Yeah.
Mario.
That means we get a +8 to the next roll, right?
Sure. Steven, who do you want to give a +8 to for the next roll? Just put it in the chat, and we'll see what happens.
Amazing! I can't believe that
For
worked.
everyone, yeah, good job.
Thank you. If it's all right, I would like to go first, but if you got something you really want to do first, Sinan, I'm guessing you, Steven, are gonna be waiting till the end, but...
Oh, me?
Robbie,
I'm waiting.
he says
so
he's giving
Sinan?
you the
All right.
+8, by the way.
I mean, I would just for my first action, I would just run close to where the farthest I can with cover, and that would be my first thing. While you do your thing, so
All right,
just
great.
go ahead.
All right.
Well,
so you
this
are,
is...
so you're aware. If we're gonna cover that with Patchy first, what direction do you wish to run? There is, of course, cliffside directly north of you. In this way, that would give you some advantage up above everybody else. Or
Yeah,
you
I
can
guess
stay
I'll go
close to
there.
the tree. Okay.
And I'll grab Felicia with me.
All right. She just comes and runs with you over towards the cliffside. And then, Robbie, what you doing?
All right, first step, I'm going to reflexively activate Walk the Talk,
Okay.
which means I can use this ability when I'm trying to put on a capable show, intimidation, intellect, or power play. So if I succeed in this role, I'm going to be doing pretty well. Then, with my held action, I'm going to activate Outer Clan Won't You Be My Neighbor, which allows me to make friends with beasts and folk alike. And I'm going to address these two frogs.
You can only
All right,
see
friend.
the one to the right.
Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's worth it still. All right, my friend. Now, I'm sure you've had quite the experience of, hunting in these grounds, but we've taken on killer mantis, psychic spiders, and honestly, you're not even the biggest thing we've killed today. Now, my friend just caught your tongue, so either he can do a lot worse than that, or you throw your lot in with us. All of a sudden, when we're done, you're the biggest frog here. You catching what I'm putting down?
All right, give me a charming roll to see if you're successful against this target. It does have some resistances to this, so the roll
Sure,
target is
of
actually
course.
a 19 or higher in order to
Great.
Girl,
befriend
would
it.
you like to be
And-
the biggest frog in the pond?
Would you say that my +2 to calm animals and beasts would apply into this role?
Yes, I will give that to you.
Great. Great. So with my bonuses, we're going to roll this.
That is
So
a
26.
What do you have? +10?
I got +8.
That's
from
right.
Steven Dooley.
So you got a 26. So you call out to that thing and you see it just kind of croak at you. and then it just kind of stops and waits. So, do you wish to make this your ally?
Yes.
Suddenly,
'Cause
that
I actually haven't made one.
you see that creature, that frog, whatever it is, like move over at you, and its eyes kind of start almost rotating in the sockets for a second, and then it starts looking around. It gets a bit confused, and then it croaks, and you see its cheeks on the side of its face turn a blooming pink color, and then it starts moving towards you. So that
And I will kind of yell.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
And
I
that
will just say,
was-
all right, that frog's on our side. Definitely not any others, though, I'm sure.
and that is your action,
I didn't
Clay.
know frogs could bluff.
As we've got Kaizen. You have one action remaining. You had moved over and waited next to the rock. What do you wish to do?
So tell me, if I activate waiting now, that's a thing, right?
Waiting.
With that action? Or no?
Waiting is if something attacks you,
Right,
then
okay.
you counteract. Introspection. Wait a second. What's the other one called? It is introspection. That's the one that if you go behind other people, you get bonuses. If you go last in a round, you get plus 1d6 to all rolls, including damage.
Can I see the frog across the way from me?
You can.
One breath release. Let's shoot him.
All right, so you draw back your bow and you fire. Give me an attack. Now you don't get introspection on this round against that target because you moved earlier.
Right. That's fine. It's fine. Wait, did I just roll the right thing?
That isn't the right thing. There we go. The opponent gets a 10 to your 13. You do hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. You hit the target in the leg. One of the legs gets pinned to the floor. 6 points. And it just kind of pulls, and its whole leg comes up through the arrow, which is now stuck to the ground. I get another
Stay froggy.
+1.
You got a +1, Ty.
I see that. Thank you very much there, Camper.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
So, in the distance...
Can I use my other last action, by the way?
Yeah, you didn't do anything but just move, right? Yeah, so what are you going to do with your
Yeah,
next
I held all my actions before. And can I shoot at that from where I'm at with my walking stick?
It is behind a wall inside of that building, so you can't see that one.
Well, can I tracer the ammo?
Give me an aware roll. If you roll higher than a 16, you'll see a crack. You'll see it through a crack, and then you could potentially tracer there.
Or, even better, can I combine my lesser forms and make a bullet to fire that would ignite the place or blow up the thing as one of its effects?
So you want to try to make an explosive bullet. Well, you could make it.
With my lesser forms.
But making it and then firing is 2 actions, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do an aware. I'll do my other thing later.
All right, that is a 13. With a 13, unfortunately, you cannot see the frog.
Did I have a +1 earlier?
Unfortunately,
did I get a +1 earlier?
You did not.
And you need +3.
Do I need +3? I thought 14 could work. No, it won't.
No, won't work.
Yes.
All right, Patchy, is there anything else you'd like to do instead of that?
Well,
There's
then
a
I guess
+1
I'll make
from
the bullet.
McSherry.
+1.
Should give you a +1. All right, so you're gonna make a bullet.
I guess I can't. 14 won't work, so
There's
I'll do the
another
lesser forms and I'll
+1
make a.
from McSherry.
Oh, thank you so much. I will use it for the bullet later.
There's a +1
I
from
will make
McSherry.
Oh God.
That's +3. That will put you,
You can
just
see it
high
now
enough
if you
to
want.
see.
I guess I'll see it then. Fine.
All right,
thank you so much,
so-
McShimmy. I'm gonna butcher this frog.
You can see through a small hole in the stone the slimy skin of this creature nearby. So what are you doing with that knowledge?
While I'm trying to find that crack, I'm aiming with my walking stick, and as I see that little point, I go, gotcha, and fire.
All right, so if you're gonna shoot through it, that's a normal shot. That's not a tracer.
Yeah, a tracer shot through it.
All right,
with it.
tracer shot. Go ahead and roll tracer damage because it is an unerring strike. Pop. That is 2 plus 1 for your alchemist level. Should be on there. Let's see.
Can I, you
1d4
use it
plus
as a bullet
fermentation.
by making it a chaos roll?
You could. Why don't you go ahead and give me a chaos roll then? Get higher
That's
than
not
a
magical,
5.
right?
That is magical. Let's see. You actually have transmutation. You are at 1 additional damage there. So it's 1d4 plus 1. That is 2. You rolled your magical. You got a 13, and you're enhancing the damage. You can roll another d4 for me.
Wouldn't the walking stick damage work? No, never mind.
You're not actually firing the weapon. So there's 4 more damage. So a total of 7. Something just flies through the hole, smacks into the creature. You're just... And
looks like we're eating frog tonight.
as Stella just disappears in front of Nova and just dissipates and then reappears at your side, you see that Cosmo is just growling at something in the distance. And something moves within the inside of the base. Seeing its little creatures there doing what they're doing, it jumps out and crashes onto the other side of the bridge. And turns. It currently sees Nova sprinting. It sees Kiara standing there, Kaizen by a rock. Of course, we've got Clay off to the side and Nohu right in front of it. It seems to potentially recognize Nohu as a meal that got away a long time ago. We're gonna see who it goes after at this point. There are 4 of you in easy range, and Nohu is a 1, 2, or 3 on this d6 roll, whereas everybody else is going to be 1, 2, and 3. So let's 4, 5, 6. Got it. Going after Nohu. The thing opens its mouth, and you see a massive tongue this time. You're holding onto one in hand, and this one just whoosh, and swings out towards you. What do you do?
Boy, nothing else but to reflexively dodge, I think.
All right, go
That's
ahead and roll
all that I
dodge.
can
This
do.
will be your 3rd one since your turn.
Yep, at the -4. It still doesn't add the plus that I have on my modifier, so this will be with +4.
Okay.
So it evens out the minus.
Critical failure, Nohu. Nohu, do you want something that
I think-
affects you primarily or everyone around you in some way?
I think I'm going to prefer to ace that roll at the very least.
All right, you can go ahead and ace it. That is a 9.
A 10.
There's a +1 from Azedine to Nohu. So with a that is a 9 and then +4, that puts you at a 13. Your opponent gets a 13. This is a nemesis enemy. You both re-roll. There's an ace provided for
Okay.
a re-roll from Azedine. You can actually re-roll before the enemy has to. So you do that first.
No, he just got a +1, so you could just bump it up to 14 instead of 13.
And bank the ace. You have
No,
options.
that was the one that allowed me to even out with the roll of the toad. 9 plus.
Yes. That was to even
9
out.
plus that one. Yeah.
Where's two-
Gotcha.
So I have
two
a.
plus-
I think I'm going to roll again. Yeah, I'll use the ace first.
Okay. And that is worse. You are going to get hit.
All right, I'll get hit.
Okay. The tongue lashes out like lightning from this thing, zipping through the air. As it slams into Nohu while holding one tongue, you find yourself caught in a very sticky embrace suddenly. You now find yourself being dragged towards this thing's open maw as it's pulling you forward 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Another
it's
ace.
ready
You're up.
to consume you. There is another ace provided by Azedine if you want to re-roll that now.
Oh, thank you. All right, I'll give it a try.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh!
Ooh.
Let's say that just for reasons that you actually did get hit and start being pulled in, but find some way to extricate yourself. What do you do to escape the tongue?
Well, from a difference from our previous encounter is that now I can heat myself up like very, very, very hotly, and my scales like give a brilliant reddish tint, and it just ends up burning the toast tongue.
And you just fall down to the ground as it just kind of the sticky substance kind of burns away from you. So you are missed from that attack technically. From there, it has moved, it is attacked. That is the end of its current actions. Patchy, you are up. From your position high up where you're at, you can see this large creature. This is a nearly 30-foot tall, giant, toad-like object of some kind. Roll brains to recognize it.
Yeah, I shouldn't. I know what that is. Right?
With a 12,
right?
That is high enough to know what it is. It is known as an Urgru. They are typically about a fourth of that size. So the ones you see inside of the house are normal. This thing's a mutant of some kind, and you don't know what would cause it to grow so great.
What the fuck? Okay. Do I know their weaknesses? Like if they're afraid of fire or some shit?
They do happen to have a coating of the sticky substance that's within their tongue, which on their body is something known to have greater than usual healing properties, usually something that the creatures themselves can deal with. If you can wash that away, it'll start to reduce their ability to use it.
Ooh.
They require salt and water.
Okay, well, can I then make that bullety thing that I was talking about? But instead, with my lesser forms, it will. Is there a status effect of like drying or something?
I mean, you could attempt to moisten something or dry something, sure.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just make a little, powder with my material that I know that I probably have salt and water in this satchel. Yeah, of course, lesser forms, and I'm gonna have a effect of moisturing or whatever. I bet you have that somewhere. And but also gonna put a 1d8 damage plus permutation in there as well as my second effect. And I'm gonna, as a third thing, do. Would the fire would ignited also like help the it drying out or disappearing?
You know that these things are resistant to flames as long as they still have their layer of mucus.
Never mind. Oh wait, complete a minor task. That will be my moisture thing.
All right.
And I'll also do the range 2 radius to capture the whole thing. And I'm gonna do it in the form of a bullet to fire at it.
Okay, so give me a magical roll to form it into a bullet, and then you'll have to use 2 actions: one to create this, and one to shoot it. That is a 6. It is going to be a poorly constructed bullet if you wish to keep that 6. There's an ace. There's a +1 from last coffee bean. I put you at 14. If you want to use that +1, you will have a well-constructed bullet. And you form it into like basically something that has like liquid kind of moving through it with like this salt patch around the edge of it. You load it into the gun, and you aim to fire from your walking stick. Give me an attack.
Yeah, when it opens its mouth.
You're gonna wait for it?
I mean, right now, isn't it trying to swallow Nohu? Isn't the thing's mouth kind of open now?
It was closed when Nohu set on fire and it drew its tongue back.
I guess I'm gonna just wait until the mouth opens, and immediately I will fire once that happens. So
okay.
I'll hold my action.
You hold your action and get ready to fire the bullet when you see the mouth open.
But to be triggered immediately when the mouth opens.
Okay. Kiara.
None of that special attack shit.
Some enemies have their special attacks that give them priority. But yes, as soon as it opens its mouth, you will fire. Kiara, you're up.
Yeah. Do I know what made that noise up in the tower?
In the tower? I mean, you can see all these frog things.
Yay. So probably. It's a long advantage, but also there's a giant frog in front of me, so we're gonna try and deal with that first. I'd like to use. Yeah, I'm gonna get flashy and I'm gonna target for its face, and I don't get the -4 to that attack.
Okay. So go ahead and use your attack, and you're aiming for its face.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit it in the eyeball.
Creature gets an 8 to avoid you. You get a 9. However, I have a +1 that was just provided to me by, Camper previously, so I will use that, and that ties. So both you.
Sure, I'll use one of my.
evil person.
I'll use one of my 10 +1s to get one higher.
All right, then I'll use another +1 because I have 4 of them.
Oh, it's on.
Do you wish
You have
to
4
use
of them?
another
Alright, I'll
one?
just use 5.
All right, use 5
I'll use 5 to get
+1s,
a...
Oh,
and I use 4 +1s to burn those from each other.
Ass.
And you're going to hit it in the face. Kiara gets another +1 from McSherry. Go ahead and give me a damage roll. That is 7 points. You shoot that thing right in the face. You see the bullet just kind of into it. In retaliation, the creature croaks very loudly.
He died.
And opens its mouth right at that moment. Patchy,
yes.
go ahead and make your attack as you go to
So-
fire into its face.
All right, I'll do that. Walking stick strike.
Boom!
Ow!
20. You hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Damage plus the lesser forms.
Yes. That is 1. That's your strike damage. That's for hitting it with melee. You
Oh,
need to
never
use the
mind.
gunshot.
There
There
we
you go.
go.
So 5, and then your lesser.
You know what? I'm gonna ace that. I think I
Okay.
can do better.
Acing the damage roll. There is 7. That is 2 points better. Yep.
I'm gonna also add actually no. I'm also gonna and then I'll do this.
Ooh, nice. 9 points. So 9 plus 7, 16, and you hit it with this thing, causing its mouth to start to moisten up, and you see slime begin pouring out of its face. Temporarily,
Also-
go ahead.
The radius thing, does that mean is that like a scattering
That
thing that
scattered
it like
throughout its
spreads it?
entire mouth, inside, because you fired inside of an enclosed space.
All right.
At this point, the creature is without any sticky substances or mucus in its mouth. The loud croak still goes off as it's sitting there, and as it echoes through the wilds, you hear croaks in the distance that seems to have called out to something else.
Oh, don't be a sour loser! God damn it! Actually, you need your parents to fight your battles for you. God damn it! Dumb frog.
Oh boy! All right,
Kill it now!
and
It can't heal itself.
Kiara, that you still have 1 standard action remaining, I believe. So, what do you wish to do with that?
Yeah. That's a good question. I think I'm gonna start making my way. Actually, I have a question. How sturdy does the bridge behind it look?
It looks like it has seen a bit of rough and tumble, but it seems to be stable at the moment.
So I couldn't, run across it and then break it with ease if it comes, behind me.
Not necessarily with ease, but you could attempt to do something to break the bridge, for sure.
Here's the problem with that tie is I'm weak, so probably not.
I mean, if you have explosives or something, you're not going to be able to break it by hand.
Patchy does.
I mean, chaos magic exists, but...
that's fair. That is fair. Also, though, do I trust myself to be able to run? We're gonna do the dumb thing. We're gonna run past it and try and get it to follow me.
Alright, so you go sprinting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 towards it, around the corner.
Yeah.
As you get within arm's reach of the thing, its hand comes out to grab a hold of you.
Well, that's dodge.
Give me a defense roll.
That's a natural 20.
That is a natural 20. Do you wish to do something that will give you more of an advantage or all of your allies?
Oh, my ally.
You're going to injure this thing's hand in some way that makes it slow down a little, so it won't be using any more reactions, basically. It's not going to counterattack. Yeah. So what do you do to its hand?
I think... Question. I would probably point blank shoot it, like try and shoot a hole straight through it.
All right.
I think that would probably, for flavor, if I'm allowed to do that.
Its hand comes down, and you just quick gunshot, roll damage from your pistol.
Well, go street rat, go.
I apologize. You can't do that. Your weapon does not it doesn't oxidize fast enough for that. You can only fire it once a round, so you'd have to do it with something else.
I have a stabby dagger. We'll stabby dagger it.
Stabby dagger it. Give it a stabby dagger damage.
Just the worst Lego step on.
Right, so 1 point of damage. Actually, that's supposed to be at just a D4.
Why is it at -3 modifier?
Because you have -3 strength. Strong.
Oh.
So it is just 2 points of damage. So you stab up, it gets injured. You see like its little tendon kind of jerk back, and the frog just kind of croaks loudly again. And it has lost its reactions for the rest of the round. And it
no more grabby hands for you.
One of these creatures bounds out, jumping across the distance, and it goes to attack the giant frog because it's an ally of the team.
Viva la revolution!
No.
Attack comes out against the big one, which has been taking a lot of attacks recently, so it's at -6 at the moment. Why does it always do that? I rolled the wrong one. Critical hit from your frog ally there, Clay, as it jumps through the air and just bites with some of this like sharp fang-toothed mouth, that big open maw of it, and it's going to deal, let's see your damage. It does 8 points of damage. Bites out a big chunk. The creature kind of howls in anger and frustration, and that's its action. The other one here jumps to the side from behind Kiara.
Was really just waiting for its chance.
What was that?
I was saying, I think that frog was really just waiting for its chance to have a hostile takeover on the, like the corporate ladder here.
Yeah. Maybe the other one will be enterprising itself and just recognize the opportunity here.
We can hope.
So frog leaps out from the location behind Kiara and tries to take a bite out of your rump.
He's not stuck to the floor anymore?
He wasn't stuck. His tongue was grabbed by Nohu, but was lost when Nohu got grabbed.
Oh, that's the other one.
And pulled away. Yeah.
Do I still have the one pinned with the arrow?
He pulled it through his hand. The hand came all the way out and then jumped over. So that is a 17 to bite you, Kiara.
Do a little quickie stuff.
16 to protect yourself. I believe you still have a few +1s if you want to just avoid that.
I have 6 of them. I'll use 2 of them.
Alright, and you find yourself just narrowly avoiding a chomp behind you. And, where are you?
Where is she?
So, something leaps out of this one to the side, jumps over, and takes a bite at Kaizen. Kaizen, this thing snaps out at you from around the side of the stone that you're at. Gets 16 to bite you.
Damn it. I'm just gonna slash it right across the face with my freaking sword.
All right, you swing and slash. Go ahead and you can't slash as a defense. You're defending yourself, sir.
I thought I could try to pull it off. Okay. What the hell do I want to do? I'm just gonna dodge it.
Give me a defense roll.
Mm-hmm. Why don't I see defense?
It's on the right side.
There it is.
Yeah. And you get a 14. You are too shy and are going to get bit.
I will add 2 +1s to that.
There you are. So you narrowly avoid it, barely moving behind the stone. The bite comes in, crunch, stone gets cracked and splinters up into the air. Some small frog teeth like chip off. And it is now Clay's turn.
They don't.
So last time, I believe on Kiara's turn, you mentioned chaos magic.
That's true.
So this frog is very tall, right?
It's almost 30 feet tall, yes.
Right, and the cliff is a pretty far drop, you would say? How far a drop?
The cliff behind it is about 20 feet into the little river.
Oh.
It's not huge.
So it's bigger than the drop of the cliff.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
cool. There goes plans there. Yeah. I think, well, you know what? I think Clay's feeling really good. I'm back down to 0 overload, and I have a +1 for the rest of the scene because my gambit worked with walk the talk. So I think what I'm gonna do is just, I see everyone's been really successful. I'm gonna try and take an aimed shot and shoot it right in the head for hopefully double damage.
Okay, so you're taking an aim shot. Go ahead and give me the attack. This is a full action at -4 to your roll.
Yes. So I'll be at -1 because I get +2 for opportunity and +1 for my scene bonus from walk the talk.
Yes, sir.
So -1 to my normal attack. Roll, which is coming out right now. 17.
Your opponent gets a 14 to avoid. You hit him right in the head. As you strike that location, you see fragments and pieces of bone that are there seem to take the impact without a whole lot going on. Give me a damage roll, and it is not halved.
Ooh.
7 points.
Not bad.
Crack against the skull, but it doesn't penetrate all the way. It does, however, break off some of the bits of bone and horns, basically, it has all over the top of its head.
Thing's got a thicker skull than you, Kiara.
It is now Nohu's turn. Nohu, you have broken free from the mouth. You unfortunately lost the tongue in the process of being grabbed and nearly eaten. What do you do?
All right. Show me where the mounted gun is.
The mounted gun is on top of this structure here.
All right, then. How tall does the structure seem to be?
It's 20 feet tall.
Thank you for the raid, Ruby.
Hey, thank you for the raid, Ruby.
Woo! All of
right,
y'all fancy people coming from prom. This is the after prom y'all want to be at, fighting giant frogs.
Indeed. I'll use my grappling hook with range H, which should allow me to reach the start of the building and start to climb it in that manner.
All right, give me a grappling roll, and you have your bonuses for that.
Yep.
That's enough to get up there. So you zip with your grappling hook up to the top of this thing. And as you reach the top, you have one action remaining. You can see that the old gun turret is rusted out and in serious need of repair.
All right, that seems to be my calling then. My second action will be finish approaching the gun, and I'll start repairing it the next round.
Okay, so you move up alongside of it, and then we'll have some rolls to be made to see if you can actually get the gun in some sort of working order here shortly. Kaizen, you're up. You're down near the bottom. You've got one frog on you, 2 of them coming in your direction.
Okay, so I am going to actually move there. That's just that.
All right, you rush up into that location.
That
is too far away to do in one movement action. You only have 7.
Can I use my rocket bow?
Yeah. If you want to engage that as your action, that gives you 8 movement. That'll put you right here.
Sounds good. And then I'm not well hidden there yet. Damn it.
So Kaizen grabs a hold of his bow, flips the switch, and just flies over that distance, making it to the section right next to the tower before coming down to the ground. And then...
Who's the best? Then I am going to. Oh, I don't want to wait, right? Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to try it, and maybe I will make it clear. I'm going to activate introspection and wait until everyone's turns are done.
Okay, so you're going to continue waiting, and we move on to Nova. Your turn, Nova.
I will be. I wondered. So on my Akata hobbled thing. Actually, I guess my question is this: is this thing eternal? Like an eternal? Is it ether-based mutation?
Roll magical to determine.
Well, it's not a no. There's hope.
Critical
Fart.
failure.
I'm gonna go ahead and sneeze,
Is that-
and I'm gonna go ahead and do it again.
All right, there we go again. 19 plus 5 is a 24. You can tell that this thing is mutated but natural. It is not an eternal.
It's evolved. Amphibians actually do have a really high rate of mutation, so it does make some sense.
You can actually feel with that roll, I'm going to say that you can feel that there is some sort of chemical component inside of its veins that has caused this, that is still moving through it. You can also sense that same feeling from Nohu.
I didn't do it.
Uh-huh.
I was
What
young.
did you do? Does that put 2 and 2 together in my mind at all? Because it
No.
doesn't enchant.
Not necessarily. It means that they both came into contact with whatever made this thing super large at some point in the past.
I have a feeling that Patchy's gonna want some of that blood. Yeah. Okay. Well, so is its mouth open?
Currently, yes, as it is super dry mouthed right now, and it's trying to like.
Oh. It's clocking? Okay, can I use then, I might have to use, chaos for it, but can I use my, sorry, I can't talk, my chains to do the defense, or to do the elemental damage? Can I make that elemental damage fire and just bomb the dude in the mouth with Cosmo?
Using chaos, yes. With one application, it'll just add some damage. 2 applications will make it a bigger thing. What do you wish to do?
The bigger thing cause Cosmo to do the disappear die thing?
Possibly, temporarily.
Temporarily. Well, I don't have that much. I only have 4 limit, so I can't do that. So I'll just do 1 application of chaos and try to.
Sure, you
explode it.
can.
You
Take the
can, you just
damage.
take
It's
the
fine.
damage.
I don't want to hurt myself.
All right. Well, go ahead and give me a magical roll, and the more successful you are, the more likely the. She just disappeared on us. She's like, I don't want this shit.
You bail.
All right.
can do
She's back. She's back now. Nice to know that followed us from the old residence.
Really hoping we lost that one.
So you can make a magical roll, and that will also be your attack roll versus this target who's going to be rolling resistance. So give me a magical roll. That is critical. Not a critical. That is a chaos effect, unless you wish to roll again.
Now, the frog critically failed.
Yes,
Right?
but you still have to. You still have chaos
I-
going on.
I understand that, but I'm saying, so I have chaos. If I allow chaos to hit Mr. Froggy, is that a critical failure on his part? Will that affect, will it be more chaosy on him? Is what I'm
If you allow chaos to happen, you will have the choice, because of its critical failure, whether that chaos effect happens to it or to your allies or Cosmo.
Deal.
Okay,
Give me the.
we're
give
doing
me the
chaos
thing.
again, everybody. Here we go. Chaotic Aether table is handed over for a second time tonight. And let's see what happens. We're getting crazy.
By the same
Go
person.
ahead and roll for me, because I can't find it.
You
It
can't
didn't
find
pop up.
it.
Well, it's probably buried. So roll. You can roll my ears.
All right, I'll
We
roll.
got 100 bits from McSherry for a little extra chaos thrown into.
A little extra chaos. I say McSherry with that. We will amplify whatever happens a little bit, and we'll see what happens here.
Double the chaos.
There it goes.
Oops, I rolled it twice.
We'll just use the top
Go
one.
with the
So
first one.
every living being within range 10 radius replaces all their hit points with 10 pride health points for the rest of the scene. All social or combat damage is dealt to pride, and everything has to be described by how it would impact someone's pride. If all pride health is removed, the target will flee crying from the area. This lasts until the end of the scene. Traditional combat, injury, death state, etc. is on hold during this time.
Okay, that's gonna happen to the frog. And Nova, who speaks the language of the frog, is gonna say, I'm gonna make it, like, you know what? You're ugly. You're the ugliest frog I have ever seen in my entire life. Your fairy presence is insulting to our eyes. I know, I just totally physically shamed the frog, and I am sorry to everyone watching, but it was the only thing I could...
would you say this to a crew?
Give me a d10 roll for damage. It only has
Maybe.
10 pride health.
Maybe you'd be prettier if you were nice. Okay, what am I rolling?
Of course, we're
Pride?
doing a pride roll in this month. Go ahead, roll a d10.
Okay.
Nova learns vicious mockery. 10! Oh my god! Nova shouts it out, berates
You know
this
what?
frog,
You know what? It comes
damages
from that
its
nice
pride.
person. You know, like, have you ever had like somebody who's really nice just suddenly like be mean to you, and it just hurts like way worse than it would normally hurt? Like,
You
that's
know they're
what just
being
happened.
honest, right?
Right.
Like you know
Yeah.
that they're fully
Oh my
reading
God.
you.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
believe you say this to Agro.
You see the giant frog turn and leap out of the way, running away from the scene. May not be gone forever, but you have actually removed that threat from the scene based on that roll for right now.
I feel horrible.
Well,
I feel the way Kiara feels when she has to be mean to Nohu. Or
Oh my goodness, that creature was going to eat all of us and probably destroy whoever else came to here. But you're the real monster here.
And at that moment, Urgru's call to the little allies of itself is answered at this point as they begin showing up. Hey, don't move those. That's not you to move.
Nope, sorry, I was moving them
Why
up
is
and-
that one next to me?
And the last one. So a whole bunch of enemies have now entered the fray, and they will be going on their own roll here for
is
initiative.
there a chance that they saw me just say something to the king frog and that it ran away and that now thinks that we are more of a threat?
No, they didn't.
Or they
weren't
just
there
think
for
you're a
that.
mean girl. They just think
Sounds
you're a mean
like a
girl.
mean girl.
How dare
Yeah,
you hurt
listen.
Urgru's feelings?
If there's one thing I know about frogs, they do not stand for a bully. They are
Yes.
going to.
God damn it!
They
Now,
don't have.
now I
Frogs
do have
aren't fan of that bull.
I do have to
Shinnon's
say
bully got her a +1.
that this does change the dynamic of the field, but doesn't ultimately remove the problem that you have with bringing people to this place, because this is the lair of that creature and it will return eventually.
It's fine.
What
We'll
if we
just
just
make
put
it super salty and moist.
What if we just put up a sign that says no
What-
frogs allowed?
No frogs allowed.
Right.
No, wait. What if we actually try to speak to the frog and teach the frog that there is a better way, since now the frog can talk to us, and the frog might be the guardian of our our little village.
That could work. I could just, as Nova, say, I am the queen of the frogs. Your patron has run away. Be our friend.
I mean, you should talk to the king frog and be like, it's okay, you don't have to be like that. After saying that,
Is Patchy trying to tell Nova how to be nice?
I think so.
No, I'm saying try to talk to the king frog. Never mind. I'm just gonna bye.
So the frogs now move forward, having come in from
it's a means to an end.
Come in from the side, and one of them jumps in towards Patchy. Give me a high or low, Patchy, to see if he attacks you or Felicia.
What? No, I refuse that idea.
High or low, sir?
I mean, you can always reflexively take the damage for Felicia.
My cat. No, I take the cat, Felicia behind me. I'm like, I shield Felicia.
High or low, Patchy?
How dare you ask me that? Low, because Felicia's hiding low behind me.
All right, a tongue goes lashing forward and attempts to stick to Felicia.
Walls from anywhere.
Use a wall from anywhere. All right. Spend the
Wow,
overload.
you're using
And I want to do the walls from anywhere right underneath it, so it like pew, flies, maybe throws it away, like
You have to
catapults
block the attack. If you do it underneath of it, you're just going to try to move it, but that's going to be after the fact.
Fine, I'll block the attack, make it paste some grass, the asshole.
All right, so you just and this wall pops up. The tongue smashes into it, shattering it, and you see it coming back with pieces of dirt and grass and mud and whatnot. Shakes its head.
Felicia, get back in the damn bag, you idiot!
It seems to be freaking out. Felicia's gonna make a morale roll. Here we go.
I have a question.
Felicia.
Was that statement supposed to be your ass is grass? Or what about grass? Sinan just happened.
What?
You said something about grass.
It's a wall. It wall came from the grass. It's like eating the grass thing. Dirt and grass. It's eating dirt and grass instead of kitty. Allah.
So you happen to tell Felicia to go there. She like zips down inside your bag and now hides inside the backpack, trying to avoid the creatures. The one behind Clay jumps forward and tries to bite him.
Yeah, I'll just try and dodge out of the way for now.
All right. Attack comes in. The opponent gets a 19.
Oh, this isn't gonna go well.
That is a 4.
Yeah. I don't think I really. I think I just have to take it.
All right. It leaps forward. The jaw closes, coming down across your skull. And it deals
And another serving.
14 points of damage to your head.
Okay. Well,
As
that's
it bites
my
down
head.
a large crunch.
Oh no! Wait, no, I have armor.
You do have
Okay.
some armor.
8. Okay. No, we're okay for now. We're okay for now.
You see, like, the helmet just kind of bend and fracture. It just kind of twists and tears it off. Part of your face gets a large gash in it. Some hair goes with it. Your hat is gone.
Don't lose your head, Clay.
I'm trying my best.
Another frog leaps out from the side, and you see its tongue just towards you.
All right, this one I'm gonna try and parry here, which, because I realized I was doing things wrong, this is my sword attack, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, cool. So
The opponent gets an 8.
there's the good roll. Okay.
That is a 22. You parry that. Unfortunately, this attack cannot be parried as normal. And as the tongue hits the sword and wraps around it and the sticky
8.
substances hit it,
Ace from Nora.
it did give you an ace. Nora did give you an ace, but that's so far behind.
We've already
the
resolved
fact.
it. It's okay.
You can just save
I'll
the
hold
ace.
on to that one.
However,
so you're about to get me. Can I raise you reflexively, slippery eel, since I did just make a successful defense roll to move out of the way?
I will give you that. Slippery eel kind of works for it. So normally it would have pulled your sword from your hand, but you kind of slip, twist, and avoid it because you're a scoundrel and you can get away like that. Go ahead and move your distance.
So it's half. So, they're not messing around.
Clay zips over near Nova, an injured wound that's bleeding on his head, his helmet kind of torn aside, his hat kind of.
My face.
And that is that one's action. There is another one here. The small one leaps forward and bites at Nova. Getting a 16 to bite you.
I guess I'll defend. Can I dodge?
Yes, you can roll a defense roll to try to avoid. And that is an 11. You're going to get hit.
Let's see. So how much does it's point for overload when you get over.
Yeah. So if you're at 1 over, you'll just take 1 damage. If you're 2 over, you take 2 damage, so on and so forth.
Okay. I think it's reflexive. Can I use my change for defense?
Yes,
defense
that will
roll?
give you damage resistance. So give me a d8 roll, and we'll see how much damage that Cosmo is able to take for you. Nice. The thing bites you right in the chest, and it deals 5 points of damage, but Cosmo takes the whole hit, just growling in your behalf. And you don't get injured. You now have 8 damage resistance until your next turn.
Oh, really? I thought it was like just for that move.
That is not correct.
Everyone get behind me!
As Cosmo stands there taking the hits for you. The Urgru, or the small Urgring thing that is behind Kiara, leaps forward and bites at the one that's trying to get her. This is the one that is Clay's companion.
Hit him.
1 bite, and he misses. Isn't quite able to hit. The one behind Kiara, seeing the Urgring that's attacking him, now has to decide whether to attack that or Kiara. Kiara seems to be running away, however. I'm going to say that instinctually it turns to bite at the other one. The bite comes out, and Clay's critter stays strong, not getting hit. The one at the bottom of the tower saw Nohu zip up there, sees a bunch of people out here doing various things. Doesn't know where the little morsel went, and rushes forward. Let's see. He jumps forward. So it leaps across the distance, trying to squash Kiara. Kiara, it's flying through the air at you.
Yes.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
So one?
What's that?
That's weird. Do I have 1 defense tick or 2?
1. The attack comes out. It is an 8 versus your 11. You are able to narrowly avoid it, kind of dodging to the side. And, Kaizen, you have waited long enough. Your action is available to use the last one that you have saved. Where do you want to use it? How do you want to use it?
Excellent. So at this point, because I now have I have the D6 extra damage, yes? And
Yes,
on
it's
extra rolls.
The D6 on your rolls and a D6 extra.
So I will 1 breath release at this one closest to me. Hostile one, not the nice one.
Okay.
Sure.
Go ahead and make your attack and add a D6 to the attack roll. This target's already been attacked
Okay,
once,
18.
so
22 plus a D6 is going to be 24.
you hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. You hit this
Yes.
thing right across the leg.
1.
Points
But
of
I get a
damage.
D6?
D6 extra, yeah. 9 points. This
6.
time you
9
crack
points.
and break the bone in its foreleg. You hit it in the same one twice. It's the same one that you had pinned to the ground earlier, so its leg is now crippled. All right. It is now the big one's turn. It is gone for this scene, so it will no longer be on the list. Patchy, you are up. You got a big critter coming at you. It just broke that wall nearby. You have a whole bunch surrounding your allies. What do you do?
God damn it. I gotta deal with this immediate threat right now, so I'm gonna do another lesser forms, and I can't use the ranged, the radius rangeness of it to engulf like a larger area, right?
You can. You can use lesser forms to take 3 of those options. You can make that option more than 1 time. So if you increase the radius 1 time, you could increase it a 2nd time, and then add the damage or whatever at that point.
But like I can like make inflict whatever effect it has on a couple of ones.
Yes, and if you use chaos, you can double that effect.
So can I shoot the one in front of me with my first action and then do lesser forms in the area where those two are, or is that too far for it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's right on the edge. If you use chaos, you can reach them.
Cool. I'm gonna yell at the one close to us, being like, "Get back, you slimy asshole!" And shoot at it.
All right, give me your attack roll. 23, you hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. 4 points.
Hey!
You see it kind of stagger a little. And then
kind of shitty. It would be wise to hit a better spot.
You want me to re-roll where you hit it? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, it would be wise to hit it better. That's what I'm trying to say.
Sure, I don't care to argue this point. You could go ahead and use your wisdom to try to engage it in a better damage location. You take 1 less. That's only 3, unfortunately. So.
Worse. What the? Okay, and the lesser forms. And I'm gonna. These have the whole, like, I can't ignite them, right? That's like they have the
mucus on them. They are resilient against fire, typically. So, what do you wish to try to do with your lesser forms? What is your ultimate goal here?
I guess I'm gonna empower it with chaos, and I guess I'm gonna take their ability to heal away from them to make them easier to kill.
Okay, so you're gonna try to reduce their ability to heal. Go ahead and give me a magical roll here and get higher than a 5.
Oof. Here we go.
Nice, 14. You reach up, you create another little globe of something. You launch it at them. The two, I'm assuming these two over here, right?
Yeah, I don't think if I can barely reach those, I doubt I can reach those 3.
So you launch that globe over there, it shatters, and suddenly this moist air just flows around with a whole bunch of salt crystals in it, and you wash away their ability to heal. Both of those ones are unable to do that.
Since it's an effect too, it's like a condition or a can I say stunned?
No, stunned is not an effect.
Oh, no, effect. I mean, what was the word I'm looking for here? God damn it, I keep forgetting shit. Status effect.
The status effect you're using is removing an ability.
Okay, I did not know that was like a name. All right, then. Fine. Yes, there we go. Here.
All right. So you have stopped them from being able to use their heal. Those two are weakened in that way. Kiara, you are up. You've got 3 of these things right behind you. What are you doing?
Yes, so if I use Getting Flashy, can I make it so it bounces between the 2 mean ones and not hitting my friendly one?
Certainly. You could attempt to do a trick shot like that.
Sure, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use Getting Flashy, and I'm going to pew just the 2 mean ones, because I don't want to hit my friend.
Give me
a very good
1
job.
attack roll, and they will both roll against that 1 attack roll.
That's worse. Hold on. We'll get a good one at some point. Wow. Okay. Listen, Linda. Oh my God.
Okay, you're using up all those aces. You got a 10 so far on the last one. Is that all you're going to sit with?
Can you make it any better?
Well, one enemy had a 15, the other one had a 3 to avoid you. So you're going to hit one of them. But
just hit the one. Okay, I guess just hit the one. Yeah, because I don't really feel like I can argue endurance at this point.
In this, no. So go ahead and roll for damage to the one you hit, which is going to be the same one that Kaizen's been hitting. And
+1.
Yeah, you got
I get several +1s. I'm gonna use out of my total, what now, 7 of the 8 of them.
Giving you 4 more of them now.
Yeah, I'm gonna use 5 the 9 that I now have to be able to hit both of them.
All right, use all of your +1s. Your bullet bounces between the two into the other one, causing some damage to them both. Go ahead and give me your damage roll. That is 6 points.
Okay.
So pop, pop.
Pop, pop, pop.
And let's see.
You just got an ace.
The one that Kaizen's been hitting over and over again looks severely messed up, but is not yet dead.
Oh, I got an ace.
You did get an ace.
Push
I'm gonna reroll that damage actually with that ace.
All right, go ahead and reroll the damage. Boom! What does it look like when you kill the one that Kaizen's been injuring?
Hey, I want the bullet to, because I want it to bounce, hit, and then I want to explode its eyeball.
And the thing just kind of twists, falls over, dead, as you have popped its brain through the eye. All right, and it is now Clay's turn. Clay, you're up.
All right, so first action I'm gonna do is take out Prejudice, my wonderful pistol, and take a shot at the other frog that is harassing Kiara.
Okay.
Because I will have opportunity on it since it's engaged by 2 of my allies, in fact.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take a shot here.
25. Your opponent gets 11. You hit.
All right, great. And so we're gonna do hopefully oodles of damage here. How's 12 damage sit with that guy?
12 points of damage. You see one of its legs just get blown to pieces. The thing now tries to keep on its feet. And we got a spinning die. I'll just make that stop and roll again. Okay, it is able to stay upright, but you have stopped it from being able to move as far as normal. So, Clay, you have 1 action remaining.
So I know. So I want to use it in my offhand. Now, does my can Pride, my sword, be my offhand, or does it have to be something smaller? I don't know exactly.
That works fine. Offhand, you have a standard action remaining. You can normally only use reflexive actions for like an offhand attack or a standard action, either one. So you do have the ability of using that.
I'll use a reflexive one because I'm going to move after this. So I'm going to take a stab at this frog, also with opportunity because of my good friend, out of character, Nova.
No, it needs to have at least 2, not counting you.
Is that right?
Yeah. So this target is aware of you and is attacking you and Nova. You only have 1 ally nearby. It doesn't count you.
More than 1 person other than the scoundrel. Did you change it, or am I reading it wrong?
Other than the scoundrel, more than 1 person.
Oh, more. Yes. Okay. I don't know why I read that wrong. Okay, that's fine. I'll take a normal attack. So that's an 8.
I mean, I have Stella and Cosmo.
Those don't count unless they become
person. I don't know. Yeah.
Do that yet.
So the opponent gets a 20 to avoid you. So you slash in at it with the sword, and it just jumps aside pretty easily, avoiding you, unfortunately. Anything else you wish to do, Clay?
And then for my last action, I'm just gonna take a kind of side step around Nova and take a position to be closer to my 2 friends.
Okay. Nohu, you are up. You're on top of the tower. You see this device in front of you. First thing you have to do is identify what is wrong with it. The higher the roll, the faster it'll be to fix this mechanism. Give me a brains roll, sir.
All right, brains roll.
Ooh, 23. If you get the high enough roll this round, you can fix it and fire it with a standard action.
All right, what will require?
So Sherry gave you an ace if you want to bank it.
There is an ace for Nohu from McSherry. So in order to fix this, you need to make it fireable. You need to basically clean out the barrel and make sure that the firing mechanism isn't jammed. You are going to need to roll an 18 or higher in order to do that as a repair roll. So you will still have your repair bonus.
All right.
Go ahead and give me a brains roll and tell me what tools you're using to do this, and that'll change how difficult this is.
All right. I have my repair roll for being my +2 for being a tinkerer. I have the quality, yes, the advanced toolbox, which gives me another +2. And considering the situation and the enemy still around, I think I'll use some of my. I think I have high. Let me see, scrap medium, scrap low. Nope, I just have medium and low, so I'll use medium quality scrap.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your brains roll, and go ahead and put your pluses on there, and we'll see what happens.
Brains roll, here he comes.
Nat 20! Oh, all right. No, who
GM got a +1.
I do have a +1. Thank you, Camper. Nohu, do you want to find that this thing actually was in better shape than it looked like and make it fully operational? Or would you like to always know what is wrong with old broken machinery, making it easier to roll on those in the future?
Oof. Oh, broken machinery, so tempting. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm an explorer. I'm sure I'll find a lot of broken things afterwards.
So in your notes, if you'll write down broken machinery, roll target minus or RT -2. That'll make it easier for you to overcome the target necessary in order to find out what is wrong with stuff in the future.
Cool, got it.
All right, Nohu, you repair the machine. You find that there are a couple of bits of ammo off to the side. You can load one shot and fire it with your other action this round because of how successful you were on your roll. Where do you want to aim it?
How big do I seem to know how big the blast could be?
This is a 40 millimeter cannon, basically. It's a single target shot, but it can blow a hole through an airship.
All right, I just didn't want it exploding around my friend. So I see lovely Kiara, who is in dire need. I see her struggling, obviously, in Nohu's mind and ear. He can hear her shouting for him, asking him for his help. So he'll violently aim over at the two frog and, I don't know, hit whichever.
All right, so whichever, because that one's an enemy. The other one is attacking the other frog. Does Nohu notice that or not?
I don't know. Do I?
Roll aware for me. With a 12, you don't really know what's going on down there.
Would a 13 work? I do have one.
Yes, 13 was the roll target. So
yeah, I'll take that.
All right, so you are aware that one of those frogs seems to be helping you all fight. The other one does not. You aim towards the one that isn't helping?
Indeed.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll. This is an aware roll. In this distance, I'm going to say +2.
Aware roll, here it comes.
The opponent, of course, gets an opportunity to defend. You got a 17. You're going to hit. And you're going to hit it in the torso, right in the center mass. You'll now be rolling 6d8 damage.
68. All right.
Boom! 27 points of damage. What does it look like as Nohu fires this cannon and obliterates this frog?
Did you just see the cannon started to rev up, like the sound of grinding and gears all starting to work, and as everybody starts to look over it like, oh no, what's going to blow up, just this deafening sound of boom, and as everybody looks out, just one. There were two toads at one moment, now there's only one toad and the giant casing of one of the fires shut.
Kiara, give me a aware roll. The higher you roll, the more deafened you are temporarily.
Not a good time for a nat 20.
Your aware roll, 17. You now have tinnitus and technically cannot do anything by sound until the end of the scene.
You're welcome! What?
One frog exploded. Kaizen, you are up over in your little hidey hole. There's a bunch of them still around you. There's the one that seems to be an ally, hopping around. And then, of course, there's a massive cannon burst, and then you see whose head just pop up and, like, wave at everybody from over a cannon.
He really is the leader. This is a messed up planet.
Right?
Okay, so which frog is best in my field?
The one you can see the easiest that's an enemy is right in front of Nova and Clay, but both of them are kind of blocking your view of it easily.
That was my fear. Well, good thing I'm a master shot.
All right.
Goody.
One breath shot. Right between them into that little froggy.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
If you rolled poorly, you could be hitting an ally accidentally.
Don't worry, guys.
Oh,
it's only a 6.
6. That's
don't worry, guys. Don't worry.
There's an ace.
Calm down. Calm down.
There's an ace. That is a 10. Wait, still not
do I still
great.
Have wait, do I still have my D6?
You don't know because it's not.
Oh.
You have to do that every round. It's just wait.
If you shoot me though, I have a +8 damage resistance right now, so that's optimistic.
I mean,
upside to friendly fire at this point.
And I've taken a serious head wound, so like,
You know what? I'm going with 12, and may the odds ever be in your favor.
There's an ace from McSherry.
You just got to reroll.
Kaizen.
Thanks. I will do that. You guys are so lucky.
No, you have to aim higher.
Again. Same thing. Unfortunately, Kaizen, you miss.
That's amazing.
And you will give me a D6 roll. On a 1 or 2, you're hitting an ally.
You know what? I don't miss Tyson.
There's another ace.
So
all right. Critical failure.
Just fail. Let's go. Let's go, you guys.
Kaizen, do you wish to do double damage to one of your allies or somehow have your arrow ricochet between the two of them, striking them both?
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, it was the sound of the cannon, wasn't it? Oh,
it was so disillusioned. Let's go with both. No, wait, if I just hit Shannon, she can consume it.
Oh.
She can take away a lot of the damage, but you are doing double damage on the hit.
Yeah.
If you're doing one,
that's true. Divided.
All right. Doesn't Nova still have 8 resistance?
Yes.
I don't think it's
but it would be double damage, so.
Well,
all right,
yeah, of course.
So go ahead, Kaizen, and roll for damage, and I'll see where you hit each one.
Low. Oh.
There's 8 damage to Clay in the chest. And then the arrow just kind of bounces off and tears a big hole in Clay's chest. Well, you have armor on, so it actually comes off of your armor.
Can I
had armor, yes.
Can I jump in front of Clay?
I mean, as a reflexive action, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then Nova's just going to take double damage. She just chose to do that on purpose. So that is 8 times 2 is 16. That means you take 8 points of damage to your chest instead, Nova.
I'm fine.
Your armor has 4, so
Why'd
that's
you
4
go do
damage
that?
off your health.
Why did you go and do that far?
What?
You see an arrow just
why did you go and do that far?
Out of her chest.
I'll cry on you later. It'll be okay.
All right, Kaizen, that's one action. You have another one left. You could fire another arrow.
You know, I'm half tempted. And I'm going to. Yeah.
Technically, you've got slightly better odds of not hitting an ally this time.
Well, here's hoping, because there it goes.
Boom, there's another shot. That was an 18.
18.
The opponent this time gets a 12, and you are going to hit.
Oh my goodness.
You hit it in the chest for 7 points of damage. Arrow strikes into the thing, and it is severely wounded.
Did you guys see that frog launch that arrow?
What?
Flip him off.
Never mind.
Nova, your turn. Your defenses via Cosmo have faded.
Whoa. Fine. I'm going to take out my little, what did you call it? My
long kukri.
curved blade. Well, you actually just called it a curved blade.
Yeah.
I would like to take that out and stab at the frog.
All right, give me an attack roll.
I
It's
have
on your
a
first
knife.
page, down there under long kukri.
You're so quick. Okay.
Opponent gets a 7 to resist. You got a 21. You hit. You strike it right in the side, basically. Go ahead and roll damage now. This opponent has 5 health remaining. Any more than 5 damage? Oh, that is a minimum damage. That is only a 1.
You set it to -3 modifier on the
It's
damage.
because your strong is -4.
Oh.
There's a reason why you're not hitting people with physical weapons typically. But if you want to ace that damage roll,
Try it out, okay?
if you want to ace that damage roll, you can potentially do something.
Can I use courage to reroll the damage roll? Because this is obviously very brave. Not only did I just take like a couple to the chest here, like I'm gonna stab at the thing that maybe I assume no, it wasn't the actual thing that did it. But this is very brave, is all I'm saying.
I'm feeling generous enough, sure. You can re-roll based on courage this time. As long as you're stepping in front of Clay for the foreseeable future.
Did.
All right, that is 3 points of damage. It is 2 away from death. You have injured it quite seriously, but it is not quite there. And with that, the round ends. And next week on Dreams of Silver and Stone, the shocking conclusion of the depot, maybe? I mean, it depends on if that frog comes back. So, for all of our
We'll
viewers
just be
out
mean to it
there...
again.
Definitely gonna use Sinan's idea and try to make him our friend if he comes back.
All right.
It'll be fine.
Well, for all of our viewers out there, thank you very much for watching tonight. We hope you have enjoyed our crazy times here. And thanks for sitting through any, inconveniences caused by equipment not working, that kind of thing. We're going to pop around here and give our farewells. Where can you find us? And what did you enjoy about tonight's episode? Like, as usual, we'll go ahead and start at random with our crew here. I'll roll a d6, and we'll see who goes first. This is Rob. Clay, Rob, be rolling. You're up first!
All right. When I'm not being referred to as Rob Clay, you can find me as Rob B. Rolling on Twitch and Twitter. You can find me soon on YouTube, I'm sure, with the VOD of the Like Clockwork one-shot we did with the Ruby Heart Gaming channel. Absolute blast. Listen, I don't mean to brag, but definitely even more entertaining chaos than in this stream, and that's hard to do. We had some pretty good chaos coming down here. So if you are at all interested in that, we have our first run of Like Clockwork with some in-house folks with a special guest Niffer already on YouTube. And don't worry, things have been switched around and they went in an entirely different direction. So other than that, you can find me as part of the Not Quite Heroes podcast or on Wednesdays running my campaign Revenge of the Gith, a 5e campaign on Valdrian's channel.
What was your favorite moment from tonight?
I mean, not gonna lie, the pride I felt when my frog friend did damage to the big boss, I was like, my boy, my sweet boy. And now all Rob wants is the mental image of Clay riding a frog around instead of getting boots dirty.
There you go, big frog riding. That'll be interesting.
He already has a name.
You got a name for him already, eh?
Oh, already.
All right, Kaizen, Steven, your turn.
Hello everyone, I am Steven, El Deviant Devil, playing Kaizen. You can find me here on Thursdays and Tuesdays at Roll Charisma, hosting it with Shannon over yonder. And favorite part of the show tonight was definitely Nova bullying the frog just the hell out of the scene. Goodbye, boss. Perfect.
You would like that. The most shame I feel. That's your favorite part. This is our night.
When do we get
for it?
Who's really good at Photoshop? Who can Photoshop Nova's face into the Mean Girls cover of the movie?
Dinner tie.
That's funny. Yes, that is the first time I have had that chaos effect come off, and the 10 on that roll In and out,
Yeah.
smooth. That was a quick.
I
thing.
mean, it took was one insult. This giant frog, was clearly going through something, and that was a really poorly timed.
And now
Like, if that's all
Shannon
it
thinks
took.
she's gonna be able to try and make it her friend. When
Yeah.
it comes
Flowing
back.
water.
You've made a nemesis out of a nemesis.
No, I'm gonna bring it like some chocolate or some dessert, and we're gonna watch
I
like
don't-
cartoons, and we're
I don't
gonna
know.
have like a talk.
McShare in the
I'm gonna
chat just
ask
called you
about his
Regina
childhood.
Nova.
I
Gina!
don't like it. Stop it, you guys!
Oh, jeez.
Embrace it.
And we move on from there to Sanan. Your turn.
Hey everyone, I'm Sinan playing Patchy. You can find me here on Thursdays, and that's pretty much all the streaming I do. Besides that, I'm do like acting, producing theater, and movie, but streaming, that's basically. And favorite moment, it was just too good, so I'm just gonna say the shaming again, but also then Nohu saying, that was gonna eat all the villagers, but you're a monster. Read by Nohu.
Oh,
That's where. Oh.
cute kitty. We move on over. Speaking of monsters, to Strat.
Hello, everybody. I'm Stratful. I'm a monster. But when I'm not a monster, I play as Nohu every week on this, every 3 weeks. And then we take a godforsaken rest for recharging and being with the family. Blah. Who gives a... Anyway, thanks for being with us. We love your time. We love you as well. So, favorite part of the episode, I would say the frog insults, but since that has been said already, I will go with Kiara's almost comical attempts or over-exaggerated attempts at avoiding Nohu, like first thing in the morning. Oh, I'll just sneak ahead. Oh, I'll just go down the window on the other side, like escaping like some sort of like, I don't know, unfaithful wife from his husband, and like I don't want to see him anymore.
I think Nohu underestimates what Kiara will do to not be mean.
Yeah, I will say it was definitely overkill, but I was in for that. That was funny.
I'm willing and eager to test it out as long as it can be taken.
Bring it on, Strat.
That's a lot of fun. We'll move on over to Shannon.
I'm Nova, Glitzen Gamer, Shannon. Yeah, those are the things that I go by right now. And yeah, I do Roll Charisma on Tuesday with Steven over there, and it's always a hoot. I just adore it. And then I think my favorite part was when I nobly and in a very friendly, non-Regina George kind of way sacrificed my own body for a friend. So I think that was my favorite part. The nobleness that I exhibited there was good.
Fantastic justification.
I'll just bring up what Rob put in chat, which is on Wednesdays our hair is pink.
I read
so
it.
I just
It's magenta, okay?
I mean, you are an
Oh, we got
altruistic type.
rated.
It's such a sad
Oh, we
thing.
got rated.
Wrestling cliffhangers.
Hey,
thank
we're
you
gonna
for
have
the
a big
raid.
old raid train.
We're gonna raid train you right over to another place here in just a moment. We're actually at the very end of our stream. Thank you for showing up. If you want to see some of our stuff, we got some awesome shows. We got them. Yeah, you can check them out on the VODs. Moving on
There's
over.
one tomorrow even.
Yeah, there's another one tomorrow. Sparrows will be here about the same time. Anna.
And also,
you're up.
I've noticed y'all are regulars. If some of our folks haven't checked out Quest and Cliffhangers, definitely we should give the channel some love. I know I've got them
Absolutely.
followed and all that good stuff.
Kiara. Anna, your turn.
hi. My headphones. Crap. But anyway, hi. I'm Anna or Kiara or the bitchy one, whichever you want to call me. Though I don't know, Kaizen was giving me a run for my money today in the amount of just pure sass that was occurring. I thought you were supposed to be calm.
Well, that was the old me, and now I'm in a different world, and I'm making some new choices.
Oh, May.
you can catch me here on Thursdays. You can also catch me here on our off Thursday, which is the 17th. I will be running a LGBTQ Crash Pandas drag race, because Rob gave me that name and I thought it was very funny. One shot with some of the TTRPG community's LGBTQ members. All of our proceeds will be going to the Trevor Project, which is super awesome. Thank you, Ty, for letting me set that up. And then I will also personally be matching 25% of bits, subs, and total donations that are generated by the stream. So please set your calendars for the
Set your
for
calendars,
the 17th.
everyone.
Set your calendars to stun. On the 17th, same time as Silver and Stone usually is. It'll be our off week, and we will be running that amazing, super chaotic game with some new faces that you guys have never probably seen on the channel, as well as some TTRPG faces from around in the community. So you guys can check that out.
So excited.
Absolutely. Set your calendars to stunning. That's what we gotta do. What was your favorite moment from tonight, Anna?
Tyson, I have never loved you more right now, okay?
What was your favorite moment, Anna?
Probably know who giving me tinnitus. It's probably my favorite moment. Because if you thought Kiara hated Know Who before, now she can't hear.
It'll heal. It'll heal, I'm sure. Love heals
No,
all
she
things,
can't.
Kiara. So
I disagree.
I of course am Lot Even Star on the Twitter and over here on Twitch, Lot Even Star Art. If you want to check out some of the stuff I do on occasion, which I will be streaming some more in the future, probably some games, but mostly art over there. A lot of stuff going on with my book and revisiting it. So if you like this game, check it out at DriveThruRPG. The PDF is up there now, although it is again going through revisions. And we'll have some new artwork and some changes to some of the systems and things like that, as we have been continuing to play and finding little bugs and working them all out of this one-man thing that I've been doing for such a long time. Of course, I run this game and I run Sparrows tomorrow night at 5:30. Usually this game starts at 6. Again, those are in Pacific time. And then we have Roll Charisma on Tuesdays at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time as well, with this lovely person and that lovely person controlling it, with some of our crew, some of our audience members that are out there now, McSherry, and some other members who are going to be doing that stuff here soon. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. And then, of course, check out the Pride fundraiser we've got going for the Trevor Project. Help make somebody's life a little bit better, if you would, on the 17th. Thank you again for watching, everybody. We're going to send you into a raid over to somebody else. Show some more love. And, yeah. Goodbye. Love you all. Have a good night.